It's Friday, March 6th.
Seeing as when the train first came out, it wasn't super smooth. I'm not expecting it to be smooth this time either. But I mean, any sign of progress is good, I suppose.
A major technical milestone for the O-Train's East Extension, but commuters will still have to wait before riding the train to Trim Road.
City Councilor Matthew Luloff has been found guilty of impaired driving charges and says he's ready to take responsibility for his actions.
Their food budget is limited, and we know they're not living on that.
And a new study has found many Canadians are relying on credit cards to feed their families. Your Morning Ottawa starts right now.
Good morning to you. Come on in. We made it. Welcome. I'm Rosie Edda.
I'm Will Aiello.
Happy Friday, everyone. I am Melissa Lim. We sure did make it to the end of the work week.
We did. We've been talking about the double digits, I feel like, since Monday, about what's to come with those overnight lows, and that is still the case. We're getting close.
Still some double-digit temperatures. However, also in the 7-day forecast, snow.
She waited till Friday to tell us.
with such a smile,
come on.
You know what? It's very early. It's not till late next week, so
Okay.
it could still change. As we know, the weather is only really very accurate 24 hours before. But there are some snowflakes in my 7-day forecast right now.
All right, just, planting the seed, giving it to us early, just so we're not surprised.
Exactly.
We'll get to that coming up a little bit later on. We'll start with our news headlines. A major technical milestone for the O-Train East Extension has been achieved. When it's open, the East Extension will bring commuters from Blair Station to Trim with stops along the way at Montreal Road, Jeanne d'Arc, Glen, and Place d'Orleans.
Now what is happening, though, is the spalling issue is sort of running into the East Extension. The fact that they're saying it still looks good for Q2 launch of the East Extension leads me to believe that we're going to hear some positive news about the availability of the trains, but that update will come next week.
Well, this means that trial running could start at any time. OC Transport still needs the trains that have been taken out of service to return before that can begin.
An Ottawa councillor has been found guilty of impaired driving. The judge found that Matthew Luloff posed a danger to his own community when he drove home from Blues Fest drunk one summer night in 2024. Citing what Luloff said to a breath technician after his arrest, details from a witness who called 911, and Luloff's extremely high blood alcohol levels. Luloff made a brief statement outside of court after the verdict.
Today, the court rendered its decision. I accept this decision, and I accept responsibility for my actions. And that's all I have to say today. Thank you.
Luloff was sentenced to a 1-year driving ban. He'll have to pay a $3,500 fine plus a 30% victim fine surcharge. The City of Ottawa says Luloff remains a councillor, and in a post on social media, Luloff says he remains committed to serving the residents of Orleans East Cumberland.
Politicians on Parliament Hill and the Canadian military are starting to prepare for possible involvement in the conflict playing out in the Middle East. Canada's defense chief says a meeting will be held this morning to discuss options.
Our Gulf partners may require defense and support.
General Carignan says the Canadian military could end up defending Gulf states in the Iran conflict. Talks are ongoing with allies, though the White House suggests this is not a war. Kristi Noem is out as U.S. Homeland Security Secretary. U.S. President Donald Trump wrote that Noem, who oversaw the controversial immigration crackdown in cities such as Minneapolis, where 2 civilians were killed, will be moved to a new post. Trump says Oklahoma Senator Markwayne Mullin will take over Homeland Security's top job beginning at the end of the month.
The promise of high-speed rail in the future is being met with more opposition in Eastern Ontario.
I feel there's a divide between the urban and the rural people now. The urban people just don't understand.
A protest was held in Hawkesbury with dozens attending, looking to send a clear message to the federal government. Alto is in the early stages of bringing a 7-stop, 1,000-kilometer high-speed rail line to life, connecting Toronto and Quebec City with stops in Ottawa, Laval, Peterborough, Trois-Rivières, and Montreal on the way. New details today on how the federal public service cuts will impact the RCMP. The plan is to cut 76 positions at the national headquarters here in Ottawa. Last week, more than 280 employees received notices that their jobs may be impacted. The RCMP was directed to find $6 billion in savings over 4 years.
The Ottawa Citizen building in the West End could eventually be replaced by 6-building development. The city has received a draft plan to build 6 high-rises at the site on Baxter Road. It's located next to the IKEA building and across the highway from the future O-Train LRT station. At least 4 of the 6 towers would be 30 stories for a total of 1,400 units. The proposed design includes a multi-use pathway and public park.
Students at Ottawa's biggest school board will be heading back to class before Labor Day next school year. The Ottawa Carleton District School Board plans to send elementary and secondary school students back after the summer break on Tuesday, September 1st. That is 6 days before Labor Day. The Ottawa Catholic School Board will do the same. The earlier start assures students spend enough days in class to meet provincial requirements. And the Ford government is bringing paper report cards back to Ontario public schools. The press secretary for Ontario Education Minister Paul Calandra says the ministry is working to once again make report cards available in paper format. The province says the move is being made for families that have simple access to their child's progress.
The Milano Cortina Paralympic Winter Games kicks off today with 50 Canadian athletes competing across 6 sports in Milan Cortina. With only 6 sports on the program, the Winter Paralympics are a lot more compact. There are just 9 days of medal events compared to 16 at the Olympics. These games will feature 665 athletes and 79 sets of medals. 7 athletes from the Ottawa and Gatineau area will be representing Canada this year.
The St. Patrick's Day Parade will take place this weekend for the first time since the pandemic.
And there's a new route this year, starting at the Supreme Court of Canada, traveling down Wellington Street, and then ending right here in the Byward Market.
The parade starts Saturday at noon.
So all eyes will be on the forecast.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
The good news is you probably won't need your parka as we head into Saturday.
That's good.
But you may need your umbrella.
Okay.
So, good news that it's not going to be overly cold, but bad news, it might be a little bit soggy.
Yeah, I feel like, especially when you're out there celebrating, a little bit of rain is okay. You prefer it to be a little bit, warmer with some rain than colder and just kind of being out there. So
Absolutely.
I think we can take that.
Absolutely. I've been seeing lots of green as well in the Byward Market recently with all the pubs getting ready for the festivities. Our forecast this morning, colder today than it has been over the last few days. We are sitting at -9 right now in the city, -13 in the valley, -7 in Kingston. With the wind chill this hour, feels closer to -16. So yes, a little bit of a chilly start to your day. Don't worry, it will warm up into the afternoon and we will see another warm day in the forecast for us. Currently cloudy out there. There is a slim chance we could see some freezing drizzle for us here in the city this morning. So keep that in mind on your roads throughout the morning. And of course, we will keep you informed if we start to see any freezing drizzle. It should be cloudy throughout most of the day. Some sunshine for your Friday forecast. And then later on tonight, we're expecting that rain. It looks like it'll start sometime around 7, 8 o'clock tonight and just continue to rain into your overnight. Heavy at times as well, where we could even see some thunderstorms. So we could see 5 to 10 millimeters of rain starting around 7, 8 p.m. Thunderstorm activity, especially after midnight tonight. We are expecting some thunderstorms. It will continue to rain early tomorrow morning. A bit of a break in the afternoon, but then late in the afternoon tomorrow, we could see some more showers. This is by the evening hours. So depending on what time the parade is at least at around noon hour, we should get a little break of maybe not super heavy rain, but then we are expecting more thunderstorms into the late part of your afternoon, early evening. On Saturday, we could see another 5 millimeters of rain. So in total, we could see about 15 millimeters of rain by Friday and through Saturday. So keep that in mind. It's a little bit soggy. The good news is it will clear up on Sunday and we have more sunshine on the way. Temperatures today reaching a high of 2 degrees, so still have that winter gear out just because it's cold throughout the morning, but then milder into the afternoon. You might be able to open your jacket a little bit later on today. 2 degrees for Ottawa, same within Cornwall and the Valley. 5 for Bancroft, Kemptville, Brockville today, so some mild temperatures still above seasonal. We should still be below that freezing mark for your daytime highs, and we will be above that into the afternoon, too, as well out in the Valley. So over the next 7 days, this is where we're going to see the shift in temperatures. It will stay mild for 6 days, but we do have colder temperatures towards the end of next week. 2 degrees is the high for today, and temperatures will hold steady at 2 degrees tonight. Again, that rain starting around 7, 8 o'clock, 5 to 10 millimeters, risk of thunderstorms. More thunderstorm activity for tomorrow, very mild with a high of 11. So we will reach those double digits into the afternoon. We could see about 5 millimeters of rain for Saturday. Clearing up on Sunday, a beautiful day, a high of 7 degrees. The warm weather continues next week. More sunshine to start off your work week, but then by the time we head to Thursday, temperatures a little bit below seasonal, and yes, instead of seeing rain, we could see a little bit of snow on the way.
Weather is brought to you by Manatic Tree. Complete tree care from start to stump.
On your roads, no major issues. East to west, traffic is smooth sailing this hour, and we are seeing light volume out there on all your major routes. Now let's check out your TSN must-see moment.
Hello there, Kara Wagland inside the Sports Center newsroom with your must-see moment from Thursday. And for it, we head to Minnesota, where the Raptors were in town. Anthony Edwards blows past Jamal Shead, goes up and over R.J. Barrett for a massive dunk, putting the Canadian on a poster. This is an unbelievable dunk and a huge stare down afterwards. He's letting Barrett know what he just did. Ant-Man has your must-see moment from Thursday. And today on TSN, the trade deadline finally here. Who will be on the move? Trade Center's coverage gets underway at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. That's all for now from Sports Center. Have a great day.
All right, it is contest time. Are you potentially dreaming of an unforgettable adventure? Indulge in the magic of Hong Kong. Enter for a chance to win a trip for not 1, but 2, courtesy of the Hong Kong Tourism Board. The prize includes round-trip flights on Cathay Pacific, 4 luxurious nights at the Park Lane, Hong Kong, $1,000 in spending money, and a 3-day pass granting access to over 20 amazing attractions. Enter online at ctvottawa.ca or scan that QR code on the right side of your screen. Good luck to all. And coming up next on Your Morning Ottawa.
Their food budget is limited, and we know they're not living on that.
A new survey has found an alarming number of Canadians are using credit cards to keep their families fed. Full details on that survey coming up. Let's take a peek outside through our Centennial Glass Skycam, and we are still expected to reach double digits this weekend, but some rainfall on the way, which could mean goodbye to most of our snow. Stay with us. Happy Friday. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. Here are the big stories we are following today on Your Morning Ottawa. Substantial completion has been achieved for the east extension of the O train. It's another step towards more transit in the east, but there's still no timeline for trial running. An Ottawa City Councillor has been found guilty of impaired driving. A judge handed Matthew Luloff a fine and a 1-year driving ban. A major military meeting this morning. Canada and allies are set to discuss potential military actions in the Middle East. Now, a check on the forecast.
A little bit of a wonky 24 hours. The risk of freezing drizzle this morning. Then as that clears up, the sunshine reappears and temperatures will still be mild, especially tomorrow as we are expected to reach double digits. But it is expected to be a messy one. Plenty of rainfall on the way, affecting maybe our Saturday plans. Melissa breaks it all down in the full forecast on your roads on this Friday morning. Nothing major to report. Still seeing the continuation of pooling out on the roads, especially as we have another mild day planned and some rainfall on the way. Just be extra cautious out on the roads. Well, a new survey suggests Canadians are getting cooked by their need to rely on credit cards. CTV's Kimberly Fowler has more on the concerning food purchasing trend.
We're going to make some lasagna.
Gail Barrett is finishing up a grocery run for the day at this local Walmart.
Onions for aromatics.
This is her last stop after shopping at Costco earlier in the day, getting food for her family.
Proper nutrition is important, but we're cutting back in other areas, right, to make sure that we can afford the groceries. I just kind of go to the spots that I know generally have good prices and buy what I can buy.
With rising grocery prices, some Canadians are consciously making hard choices to save money.
If it's not on sale, we're not buying it.
Like Fresco and like Walmart are like the places to go, I find. And like if you go to Farm Boy or like anywhere else, it's just like insane.
A new survey from debt relief firm Spergel finds in the past 6 months, just over 60% of respondents say they skip meals or reduce their portions. More than half say they use credit cards, loans, or lines of credit to pay for groceries. And about 40% say they delayed paying a bill to buy groceries. The survey also finds many are purchasing less meats or proteins and cutting back on fruits and vegetables.
The price of a container of strawberries is like $14 now compared to what it used to be. Even buying baby food, baby formula, I mean, it's tripled the price over the past few years.
Experts say the affordability crisis is leading to more Canadians going into debt and relying on credit to make everyday purchases.
I can't afford to pay the credit cards because the credit card interest rates are so high. We see a lot of times we go over the budget with them. It's sad to see that their food budget is limited, and we know they're not living on that.
Toman says, look at your budget, and if you're struggling financially, don't be afraid to ask for help.
I always suggest they reach out to their community, if their churches, the community resources, the food bank, if they can. Also buy in bulk. Watch for the sales, clip your coupons because that does help. I know it's a lot of work, but it's doable.
Kimberly Fowler, CTV News.
You know, Rosie, in our social room today, our question is, and we've been talking about it kind of throughout the week with our sleep week, daylight saving time. It has been the talk of the town because in BC, they're not doing it anymore. They're sticking to standard time. They're not going to go back and move forward. Today, we're asking our viewers, do you like daylight saving time? You know, do you want to keep it that way? Do you want to change it? I know we've kind of been talking about it throughout the week. Have you changed your position at all, or do you still feel?
It's interesting to think about this because, Saskatchewan doesn't do it. BC, this will be the last time they're doing it. And then they're like, we're done. We're not changing the clocks back and forth. So obviously there was enough push there to get the government, the provincial government, to make that change. And so for me, I sit back and I go, well, I think that you should just leave the clock the way it is. I think that it should be standard time, and then we deal with it. Because I was in Saskatchewan, and it was amazing to see that, the sunset much later on in the day in the dead of winter, which I really like. I appreciate that. So anyway, listen, we'll talk a little bit more about that coming up, but right now we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to get your opinion on that. Do you like it? Do you like daylight saving time? I mean, it's coming up this weekend. We'll get your response a little bit later on in the show. Stay with us. You're watching Your Morning Ottawa. It is a special day at News Talk 580 CFRA. The Morning Rush with Bill Carroll is celebrating 10 years on the airwaves in Ottawa, keeping our region informed and entertained every weekday for a decade. We got to bring in Bill Carroll from News Talk 580 CFRA this morning. Let's have a little chat. Let's take a trip down memory lane. Good morning to you, Bill, and congratulations.
Thank you. I know what every one of you is thinking right now.
Okay.
How did that guy last 10 years? How? How has he not been fired before then? I don't know either. It's a mystery to me, but it's exciting. I was expecting, I don't know, balloons or something in here. Someone would send a cake. Maybe that's still to come. Maybe that's the surprise. But yeah, it's not exactly the 10th anniversary. The first show was 10 years ago this weekend.
Okay.
But I'm not coming in this weekend to do it. So we're celebrating it today, which means that Matt Luloff gets cut some slack for another day, but I'll remember you, and we'll talk on Monday. So anyway, yeah. So that's where, we're reminiscing about the show, and we're going to have some people call in who were around on the first day and their memories of it, and maybe try to squeeze in a little bit of conversation about things in the news as well. So should be a fun, easy, mail it in kind of day for me. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, Bill, when you started out here all those years ago, a decade ago, you did face a lot of opposition and criticism. And I remember hearing that you would read criticism, like you would read comments, and they're kind of biting. I'm just wondering how you were able to do that, and how did you find the humor in reading what other people thought about you, which wasn't very favorable at the beginning?
Oh my God, people hated the new show. You're coming in after a legendary guy like Steve Madeley.
Yeah.
And Steve had just gone through a terrible time in his personal life, and the city knew him so well. And He was gone. He wanted to leave. He was ready to retire. It wasn't one of those victims of mass firings, but he wanted to leave. And people, no matter who you are, you're just not going to do well. So my attitude was, I'm going to do a different kind of show than he did, because I can't be better at being Steve Madeley than Steve Madeley. I can just be me. And I'm probably a little more of an acquired taste than Steve is. I don't have that. He has this big, beautiful radio voice and this old-fashioned style, just great at what he did. And that's not who I am. I don't have a great voice. I just have a lot of things to say, and I love to say them. So I just came in, and I knew people were going to hate it. So I leaned into it. Let them hate, let them show you can be self-deprecating, because you're going to think I'm a little obnoxious, but let me tell you something. I can pick on everybody, but I can also pick on myself, and you can shoot back. People are welcome to shoot back. So by the time I got here, I'd been doing this long enough that I had a pretty thick skin, right? If you're going to provoke people for a living, sometimes they're going to actually get provoked, and they're going to fight back, and that's okay.
Bill, congratulations to you. I know you're celebrating 10 years. I know it's officially on the weekend, but you're celebrating it today, and we celebrate with you. And here's to another 10 years on the airwaves.
And I got to stop reading these emails now, because they're all too nice. Or maybe I've gotten too nice. I don't know.
Don't want to get soft. There you go.
Matt Luloff won't think so when we talk again on Monday.
Oh, boy. Here we go. Bill, have yourself a great day. Happy 10-year anniversary, and have a great weekend as well. Take care.
Thank you, guys. Have a great weekend.
And remember, you can listen to The Morning Rush with Bill Carroll on News Talk 580 CFRA weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m.
Ottawa will spring forward this weekend as daylight saving time begins at Sunday at 2 a.m. So on the show today, we are asking for your comments on how do you cope with the time change? Let us know your thoughts. Email us at yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca. And I know this is a big deal for so many people, especially with kids.
Yeah, my husband and I were actually just talking about this morning, because she was up at 5 a.m. So, we're like, wow, this is gonna not be great as we head to daylight savings. What are we gonna do? And I guess the answer is just more coffee until we adjust, because I don't have any solutions for it.
All right, we're going to be hearing from you later on in the show. We are asking, how do you cope with the time change? Send us your comments at yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca. And don't forget, we spring forward this Sunday at 2 a.m. We'll be right back. You're watching Your Morning Ottawa. It is 6:30. We made it to the end of the week. You are welcome. I'm Rosie Enda.
I'm Willie Hello.
I'm Melissa Lamb, and happy Friday, everyone. And hopefully you're, excited about the forecast as we continue to see these mild temperatures, but colder by the end of next week. Okay, so winter's still very much here.
Next week's problem. We're thinking about the warmth now, but you're giving us just that little extra heads up.
Just so you don't go taking off your winter tires this weekend, right? Don't do that. We're still expecting winter.
We can always trust you. All right, full forecast coming up. Let's start with our news stories. It is a major technical milestone for the O-Train East Extension. Substantial completion has been achieved, meaning that trial running could start anytime.
Seeing as when the train first came out, it wasn't super smooth. I'm not expecting it to be smooth this time either. But I mean, any sign of progress is good, I suppose.
However, there is no word on when the 21-day trial running will actually begin. Because this is an extension to Line 1, which is operating at reduced levels, the shortage of trains means there aren't enough for testing. When it's open, the East Extension will bring commuters from Blair Station to Trim, with stops along the way to Montreal Road, Jeanne d'Arc, Convict Glen, and Place d'Orleans.
An Ottawa councillor has been found guilty of impaired driving. The judge found that Matthew Luloff posed a danger to his own community when he drove home from Blues Fest drunk one summer night in 2024. Citing what Luloff said to a breath technician after his arrest, details from a witness who called 911, and Luloff's extremely high blood alcohol levels. Luloff made a brief statement outside of court after the verdict.
Today, the court rendered its decision. I accept this decision, and I accept responsibility for my actions. And that's all I have to say today. Thank you.
Luloff was sentenced to a 1-year driving ban. He'll have to pay a $3,500 fine plus a 30% victim fine surcharge. The city of Ottawa says Luloff remains a counselor, and in a post on social media, Luloff says he remains committed to serving the residents of Orleans East Cumberland.
A high-stakes meeting is taking place this morning where Canada's defense chief says allies will discuss the possibility of helping Persian Gulf states defend themselves against bombing from Iran.
Our Gulf partners may require defense and support. So within that context, these would be the type of military options that we could consider.
Prime Minister Mark Carney said in Australia this week that Canada can't categorically rule out military participation in the escalating conflict in the Middle East. The Conservatives are calling for a parliamentary debate before any sort of Canadian military deployment to the ongoing war in Iran. An into Iran last night is being described as the worst so far, with Israel launching another round of strikes. People who live there say their homes are shaking from constant explosions. The streets are filled with debris, and columns of smoke can be seen rising in the sky this morning. The Israel Defense Forces says it also launched a broad-scale wave of strikes against Beirut overnight.
The promise of high-speed rail in the future is being met with more opposition in eastern Ontario.
My farm is on the map that maybe I may be kicked out of my lands.
I don't want to see it, to be quite honest with you. I'll fight tooth and nail to keep it off.
You can't go back. Once you ruin people's lives, you can't go back.
A protest was held in Hawkesbury with dozens attending, looking to send a clear message to the federal government. Alto is in the early stages of bringing a 7-stop, 1,000-kilometer high-speed rail line to life, connecting Toronto and Quebec City with stops in Ottawa, Laval, Peterborough, Trois-Rivières, and Montreal on the way. Students at Ottawa's biggest school board will be heading back to class before Labor Day next school year. The Ottawa Carleton District School Board plans to send elementary and secondary school students back after the summer break on Tuesday, September 1st. That's 6 days before Labor Day. The Ottawa Catholic School Board will do the same. The earlier start assures students spend enough days in class to meet provincial requirements. And the Ford government is bringing paper report cards back to Ontario public schools. The press secretary for Ontario Education Minister Paul Calandra says the ministry is working to once again make report cards available in paper format. The province says the move is being made for families that have simple access to their child's progress.
The opening ceremony of the Winter Paralympics is happening in Italy today. The Paralympic flame reached the Veneto region last night ahead of the start of the Games. The opening ceremony will take place in Verona, and because of its distant away, Canadian athletes will not be taking part. Instead, they will be celebrating in their respective villages. Canada will be represented by 50 athletes, with 7 athletes from the Ottawa and Gatineau area.
The Ottawa Senators picked up a big win in Calgary and are now 4 points out of a playoff spot.
Zetterlund came over. Gregg will keep it alive. Far side, one-timer, and they score!
The final score in this one was 4-1, with the road trip continuing in Seattle tomorrow night.
Yeah, crucial 2 points there. The Sens also making a couple of minor moves before the trade deadline. David Perron shipped out to Detroit, while Warren Fogle comes in from LA for a second rounder. So a little bit of movement on the team squad. And again, right before the Olympic break, we were picking up a lot of momentum.
Yeah.
You know, we got an OT loss against Edmonton, a win here. We're really close.
Oh, it's so close. And 4 points so close, but also still have some wins to, achieve before we get those 4 points.
Yeah, definitely. So they're headed on a Western road trip right now, and that will kind of determine the future of if we're going to be making it into the playoffs or not.
Okay.
Amazing. Our forecast today, not so bad. Another mild day ahead, but it's going to look a little wet. So you will need your umbrellas later on today, as we are expecting some showers, but not until tonight, so you don't have to really worry about that this morning. Risk of freezing drizzle still out there this morning. We will see some sunshine into the afternoon, and then this weekend, very mild, but yes, also very soggy as we head into the weekend forecast. Cold to start off your Friday. Right now, we're sitting at -9. With that wind chill this hour, feels closer to -16. So a bit of a colder start to your day. That's okay because it will warm up into the afternoon, and you can see into the minus double digits is how it feels right now in our viewing region. Still a little cloudy out there. There is a risk of that freezing drizzle, just a slim risk that we could see some freezing drizzle throughout your morning commute. Into the afternoon, it will be a cloudy day, but still some sunshine for your Friday. And then tonight, that's when we're expecting rain. It looks like it could start around 8 o'clock at night. Most of the heavy rain will happen into the overnight. Risk of thunderstorms as well. That's the orange you'll see on your screen. So we could see some thunderstorm activity overnight. 5 to 10 millimeters of rain overnight and another 5 into your day tomorrow. So it will remain soggy as we head into Saturday. Not a complete wash. We will still see some breaks from the rain as we head into your Saturday forecast. A bit of sunshine for tomorrow as well. But overall, we are expecting a bit of a wet weekend in the forecast for us. Temperatures today climbing to a high of 2 degrees, so still a little bit above the norm. It's 2 as well over in Cornwall, 5 for Brockville, as well as down in Kingston for your daytime highs, 2 in the valley this afternoon. So temperatures kind of all over the map. 6 degrees is the high in Kittagan-Zibi, so quite mild over in Kittagan-Zibi into your day, 4 degrees in Mont-Tremblant. So everybody dealing with this mild weather in the forecast today. It will be mild overnight. Temps will actually hold steady around 2 degrees, so we'll reach this high late in the afternoon. 5 to 10 millimeters of rain. Again, most of it happening tonight. That's why we're seeing this sunshine throughout most of your day on Friday. As we head into tomorrow, make sure of everything. Starting off with some rain. It will clear up for a little bit in the late morning, early afternoon, but then more rain on the way late in the afternoon, early evening. We could see another 5 millimeters. Risk of thunderstorms for tomorrow as well, but warm. 11 degrees is the daytime high. So again, we will see nice warm temperatures into the weekend, heading into those double digits. Sunday, don't forget we have a time change. We're going to spring forward. 7 degrees is the high, lots of sunshine. The sunshine will stick around next week. Very warm to start off your work week, in the double digits on Monday, and then very close to those double digits Tuesday into Wednesday. But then Thursday, winter still hanging on, a daytime high of -1. We could see some snow.
Weather brought to you by Manotick Place Retirement Community, a community you can call home.
On your roads, it's still smooth sailing on your drive-in. No major issues east to west. So nice to see that sun up nice and early, and we are collision free.
Traffic brought to you by Presler Injury Lawyers, 1-800-JUSTICE.
Still to come on Your Morning Ottawa, a new wave of attacks on Iran as the federal government works to get stranded Canadians out of the region. CTV's Scott Hurst has the latest just after the break. We'll take a peek outside, and as Melissa stated, there's that sunshine, but with the clocks moving forward, we might not see it this early for some days to come. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Good morning. Welcome back. Here are the big stories happening today on Your Morning Ottawa. Substantial completion has been achieved for the east extension of the O train. It's another step towards more transit in the east, but there's still no timeline for trial running. An Ottawa City councillor has been found guilty of impaired driving. A judge handed Matthew Luloff a fine and a 1-year driving ban. A major military meeting this morning. Canada and allies are set to discuss potential military actions in the Middle East. Now, a check on the forecast.
Not a bad looking day, although it's cold out there this morning. Feels like -16 with that wind chill, a high of 2 into the afternoon. Cloudy skies with some sunshine in through your day ahead. Tonight, rain. Temps will hold steady around 2 degrees. We could see 5 up to 10 millimeters of rain overnight. Another 5 in the forecast for tomorrow. Risk of thunderstorms as well, but very mild with a high of 11 as we head into Sunday. The sunshine is back with a high of 7. On your roads this morning, still no issues east to west. Traffic is smooth sailing on this Friday, and we are collision free.
As the U.S. and Israel's campaign against Iran enters its 7th day, Iran launched a new wave of counterattacks toward Israel and American bases across the Middle East. CTV News correspondent Scott Hurst joins us with the latest on the Canadian government's response. Good morning to you, Scott.
Good morning, Will.
So the conflict in Iran is escalating, and the federal government continues working on plans to help Canadians in the Middle East. What's the latest that you can provide with us?
As you might expect, it has been a stressful few days for so many people caught in the middle of this conflict between the U.S. and Israel and Iran, and of course the counterstrikes by the Iranian regime. But now we're starting to see a steady flow of travelers from countries like Spain, the United Kingdom, and Germany, all arriving back home on charter flights organized by their respective governments. Canadians, however, are still waiting for any specific charter flights organized by the government of Canada. only saying Global Affairs still working to confirm this specific option. Now, the chief of the defense staff was asked about their potential involvement, saying they're working closely with Global Affairs and they've deployed liaison officers to work with partners in the Middle East, with the operations commander saying, however, no request has come from the federal government, and therefore no ships nor planes have been moved as part of any potential evacuation plan. However, the chief of the defense staff did talk about how Canada can help provide defensive support to partners in the Middle East.
So we are not talking about participating to Epic Fury per se. This is not a mission that we are considering. However, our Gulf partners may require defense and support. So within that context, these would be the type of military options that we could consider.
So, Will, we know overall more than 2,000 Canadians have requested help getting home, and some have already made that journey. According to the government, more than 50-plus people have left on seats the government booked on commercial flights departing Beirut, Lebanon to Istanbul.
Yeah, and you know, Scott, so many of just the routes over the war region have been having to be altered or moved around just to avoid those areas. So what additional options are available for those Canadians to get out?
Of course, so much of this depends on airspace and the safety aspect here of being able to fly, because so much has been disrupted in terms of air travel, as you mentioned. According to the government, more reserved seats on flights out are going to be available in the coming days. Other options include some ground transportation in areas where it's available and, of course, where it's safe. Ottawa says it's working closely with countries like Israel and Qatar to bus Canadians to nearby countries where commercial flights are available. As the most recent update from Global Affairs, however, the number of Canadians being registered in the Middle East has increased once again to now more than 107,000. But as you mentioned, just about 2,000 have requested help from the Canadian government to get out of the Middle East. Well,
Appreciate your time, Scott, entering the 7th day here, a week in on this ever-changing situation. Have a great weekend, my friend.
Thanks, you too.
All right, so Ottawa will spring forward this weekend as daylight saving time begins on Sunday, 2 a.m. So today on Your Morning Ottawa, we asked for your comments on how do you cope with the change? And here's what some of you had to say.
All right, our first one is from Luke this morning, and he says, just leave it alone. The time change is no longer needed. I am a morning person, and I don't need daylight at 9 p.m. Here, two morning persons. Yeah.
Yes. Lori says, please, 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 Ontario, keep us at daylight savings time year-round. My body and my dog do not switch. Looking forward to moving the clocks forward an hour on Sunday.
There you go. Matt says, last year my family and I booked a March break vacation and we left Ottawa on the day of the time change. So we needed to be up an hour early for our flight and landed in the Dominican Republic later that day. We were so excited about our family vacation that the time change didn't impact us. I guess, yeah, when you're looking forward to that trip, it's like, oh, you're focused, laser focused on that.
You're on island time.
Yeah, so risky too leaving that day, because I would personally be like, wait, so do we need to leave an hour early? Like, I'd be checking my alarm clock. I'd be setting
That'd be crazy.
just to make sure.
Yeah, that's true, especially springing forward.
Yeah.
You better get there early.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think I'd be confused, but I guess it's not too late to book a trip leaving Sunday then.
Right.
What the answer is.
There
to
you
that.
go. All right, we're going to keep the conversation going. We are asking, how do you cope with the time change? Send us your comments at yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca.
Coming up next on Your Morning Ottawa, a brand new album for one of music's biggest stars. We'll tell you more just ahead when we bring you your morning fix. Here's a live look at our sky cam on George Street this morning. It looks a little bit sunny out there, but it is cold. Feels like minus 16 with the wind chill this hour. Happy Friday. It is 6:49. It is time now for your morning fix, and Mattel is paying tribute to female pioneers ahead of International Women's Day. Meet the Barbie Dream Team. Okay, it includes race car driver Regina Servant, soccer star Chloe Kelly, pop star Helen Fisher, astronaut Kelly Girardi, and tennis legend Serena Williams. The dolls honor women who broke down barriers in their industry. And Mattel says Barbie has shown that access to accomplished female role models can expand what girls imagine for themselves.
That is so great.
So many wonderful leaders that are highlighted in that.
Oh, I love it.
Look at that. I just think it's so great, and I love how Barbie is evolving from the Barbie that I had back in the day, where she had one body type and did look the same all the time. And now there's so much inspiration for young girls in what is normal for Barbie. And I just love that they've evolved with the times, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank goodness for that.
Yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely. Well, Harry Styles fans can rejoice. His new album is now out. So that's the music video for Aperture. It's the lead single of Styles' new album titled Kiss All the Time, Disco Occasionally. The former One Direction star will take the new tracks on a limited tour that does not include Toronto or Ottawa, but fans will be able to get the next best thing. Styles will be performing in Manchester tonight, and that show will actually stream on Netflix starting on Sunday. So that's kind of cool.
I am surprised not in Toronto too, because as they come by, just such a huge population where they usually have multiple shows.
Yeah, absolutely.
So maybe on the next leg of the tour.
Yeah, maybe.
Or maybe it'll get such a buzz that he's going to have to expand. So sometimes that happens.
Maybe you do that, right? You start off with just limited locations, and then you create that buzz and the desire, and then you go, okay. Here we go. But I'd love to see his tour schedule.
Maybe a little added marketing trick too. Be like, added stop. He wasn't coming, now he's coming, everyone's gone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait and see. Well, Apple has announced a new laptop at its cheapest price ever. The MacBook Neo is the first to run on an A18 Pro chip, which is found in iPhone 16 Pro models. Its starting price is $799. It is roughly the same size as the MacBook Air and comes in a variety of different colors. Apple says the move is in response to the widespread adoption of Chromebooks and Windows 7 laptops in schools. The company also announced upgrades to the rest of its MacBook line. I love that they have something more affordable.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I was a student and I needed to buy the MacBook for journalism school because, you know, it's just really great for its video capabilities. And I was like, I just spent so much on tuition and now I have to spend like $2,000 on a laptop. Like, where am I getting this money from? So it's nice that it's a much more affordable option.
In a time where everything is so much more expensive, I think that's the right move.
Something's getting cheaper, which is odd to see.
Can I say again? Thank goodness.
Yes, exactly.
All right, coming up in the next hour, a major announcement and a major investment for professional women's soccer in Ottawa. We're going to introduce you to the new majority owner. And we are getting ready to spring forward. A sleep specialist from the Royal Ottawa stops by to tell us how to make the transition a little less painful this weekend. And we check out this week's new movies in theaters and streaming at home, including a great family-friendly movie with Mr. Hollywood. All right, here's a look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. Starting off pretty cold out there, like -9, but it's going to warm up into the afternoon. We'll be right back. Good morning, Ottawa. It's Friday, March 6th.
Seeing as when the train first came out, it wasn't super smooth. I'm not expecting it to be smooth this time either. But I mean, any sign of progress is good, I suppose.
An update on the O Train East Extension, a milestone in its development.
Our Gulf partners may require defense and support.
Canada's top soldier says our troops may be needed to help defend countries under attack by Iran.
And a major investment in women's sports for the Ottawa Rapid FC. We'll give you the details coming up.
Good morning to you. Come on in. We're glad you could start your day with us. I'm Rosie Edda.
And I'm Williello.
I'm Melissa Lamb, and happy Friday to everyone.
Happy cold Friday, too.
Yes.
At least a cold start anyway.
Absolutely, yeah. It will warm up this afternoon, and then tomorrow is looking balmy. I mean, double digits. Can't complain with that.
There you go.
A little bit of rainfall on the way, but that's okay. Some of that snowfall will say goodbye. Right to our news headlines, and it is a major technical milestone for the O-Train East Extension, and it has been achieved. When it's open, the East Extension will bring commuters from Blair Station to Trim, with stops along the way at Montreal Road, Jeanne d'Arc, Convent Glen, and Place d'Orleans.
Now what is happening, though, is the spalling issue is sort of running into the East Extension. The fact that they're saying it still looks good for Q2 launch of the East Extension leads me to believe that we're going to hear some positive news about the availability of the trains, but that update will come next week.
While this means that trial running could start anytime, OC Transpo still needs the trains that have been taken out of service to return before that can begin.
An Ottawa councillor has been found guilty of impaired driving. The judge found that Matthew Luloff posed a danger to his own community when he drove home from Blues Fest drunk one summer night in 2024. Citing what Luloff said to a breath technician after his arrest, details from a witness who called 911, and Luloff's extremely high blood alcohol levels. Luloff made a brief statement outside of court after the verdict.
Today, the court rendered its decision. I accept this decision, and I accept responsibility for my actions. And that's all I have to say today. Thank you.
Luloff was sentenced to a one-year driving ban. He'll have to pay a $3,500 fine plus a 30% victim fine surcharge. The City of Ottawa says Luloff remains a councillor, and in a post on social media, Luloff says he remains committed to serving the residents of Orleans East Cumberland.
Politicians on Parliament Hill and the Canadian military are starting to prepare for possible involvement in the conflict playing out in the Middle East. Canada's defense chief says a meeting will be held this morning to discuss options.
Our Gulf partners may require defense and support.
General Carignan says the Canadian military could end up defending Gulf states in the Iran conflict. Talks are ongoing with allies, though the White House suggests this is not a war. Kristi Noem is out as U.S. Homeland Security Secretary. U.S. President Donald Trump wrote that Noem, who oversaw the controversial immigration crackdown in cities such as Minneapolis, where those 2 civilians were killed, will be moved to a new post. Trump says Oklahoma Senator Markwayne Mullin will take over Homeland Security's top job beginning at the end of the month.
The promise of high-speed rail in the future is being met with more opposition in Eastern Ontario.
I feel there's a divide between the urban and the rural people now. The urban people just don't understand.
A protest was held in Hawkesbury with dozens attending, looking to send a clear message to the federal government. Alto is in the early stages of bringing a 7-stop, 1,000-kilometer high-speed rail line to life, connecting Toronto and Quebec City with stops in Ottawa, Laval, Peterborough, Trois-Rivières, and Montreal on the way. New details today on how the federal public service cuts will impact the RCMP. The plan is to cut 76 positions at the national headquarters in Ottawa. Last week, more than 280 employees received notices that their jobs may be impacted. The RCMP was directed to find $6 billion in savings over 4 years.
The Ottawa Citizen building in the West End could eventually be replaced by 6-building development. The city has received a draft plan to build 6 high-rises at the site on Baxter Road. It's located next to the IKEA building, right across from the highway and the future O-Train LRT station. At least 4 of the 6 towers would be 30 stories for a total of 1,400 units. The proposed design includes a multi-use pathway and a public park.
Students at Ottawa's biggest school board will be heading back to class before Labor Day next school year. The Ottawa Carleton District School Board plans to send elementary and secondary school students back after the summer break on Tuesday, September 1st. That's 6 days before Labor Day. The Ottawa Catholic School Board will do the same. The earlier start assures students spend enough days in class to meet provincial requirements. And the Ford government is bringing paper report cards back to Ontario Ontario Public Schools. The press secretary for Ontario Education Minister Paul Calandra says the ministry is working to once again make report cards available in paper format. The province says the move is being made for families that have simple access to their child's progress.
The Milan Cortina Paralympic Winter Games kicks off today with 50 Canadian athletes competing across 6 sports in Milan Cortina. With only 6 sports on the program, the Winter Paralympics are a lot more compact. There are just 9 days of medal events compared to 16 at the Olympics. These games will feature 665 athletes and 79 sets of medals. 7 athletes are from the Ottawa and Gatineau area, and they will be representing Canada this year.
Well, Ryan Reynolds is ready to tuck you in with a good book.
You know the best part about stories? You remember them.
It's called Bedtime Stories with Ryan, where Reynolds reads new and classic bedtime stories for children to watch.
Naturally, the tales magically come to life around him, and the episodes are aimed at quieting children's minds before bed. The series started airing this week on Nick Jr.
Such a soothing voice.
It is, and it's so funny too because because it's like kids' books and reading. It'll be just Ryan Reynolds, not Ryan Reynolds like being sarcastic in there. Although maybe he'll still throw a little bit of that in there.
Right,
as well.
for the grown-ups, right? They might be able to detect that, but the kids will just be like, "Oh, this is nice."
Yeah.
I could tell that soothing voice would definitely put me to sleep.
It is nice. We might have to check that out.
Yes. Well, I do have your weather picture of the day, and this was sent to us from Steve. It's the fiery winter sunset over the Ottawa River.
Weather picture brought to you by Box Me Up. Moving, staging, renovating, just box me up.
And of course, we would love to see your weather pictures, and you could be featured right here on the show. The best way to do so is via email, weathershots@ctv.ca. Again, that's weathershots@ctv.ca. We will be a little bit above seasonal today. Of course, the sun was up this morning, 6:31. I love that so much, and it will set at 5:56 p.m. just before 6 o'clock. However, we know it's going to change with the time change this weekend. In our forecast right now, still a little chilly start to your day. We are sitting at -9 in Ottawa. It's -13 currently in the valley. These are temperatures now with the wind chill. Feels closer to -17 this hour here in the city. Feels like -16 in the valley, -14 in Kingston, Brockville. So chilly across the region. You could see minus double digits to start off your morning is how temperatures feel this hour. A little bit cloudy out there as well to start things off. Not a ton of sunshine throughout the morning into the afternoon. Still some sunny breaks though into through your Friday forecast. And then tonight, it looks like around 8, 9 o'clock tonight, that's when we're expecting some rain. Light showers at first, but risk of thunderstorm activity in through the overnight. You can see some orange and yellow popping up on our screen. So we could see some thunderstorms overnight early tomorrow morning. And tomorrow again, kind of a wash. We will see some showers kind of off and on, risk of thunderstorms as well for your Saturday. About 5 to 10 millimeters of rain into our overnight and another 5 into your day tomorrow. So we could see upwards of 10 up to 15 millimeters of rain. So quite a bit of rain into the weekend forecast. Some models are even calling for around 20 millimeters of rain. So quite soggy as we head into Friday and Saturday. 2 degrees is your high for today. Again, not a lot of sunshine in the forecast for us today, but still nice and mild across the region. 5 for Bancroft, Kemptville, Brockville, Kingston. 2 for Ottawa, same with out in the valley today, and over in Gatineau, 4 degrees for Mont-Tremblant and Montreal. So over the next couple of days, we're going to see a real shift in temperatures by the end of next week. 2 degrees today, temps will hold steady there overnight. Again, that rain on the way tonight into your day tomorrow. Risk of thunderstorms. Very warm weather on the way for Saturday. A high of 11 degrees tomorrow, so into those double digits. Staying warm on Sunday. Of course, we will spring forward with our clock, so keep that in mind at 2 a.m. on Sunday. 7 degrees is the high. More sunshine as we start off next week. It will start off very, very warm to start off your work week, but winter is still here. Temperatures will change by Thursday. Still very early, but our early models are showing that we could still see a little bit more snow in the forecast.
7-day weather forecast brought to you by Davidson Hearing Aid Centers, celebrating over 80 years in family business.
Okay, winter still might be here, but we're still going to focus on the warmth that is available. Melissa letting us know that don't take those winter tires off quite yet, and especially because the ground is still frozen and we're starting to see those temperatures and the rainfall warm up, just be cautious out on the roads over the next couple of days as we could continue to see some black ice and some slippery roads. On your Friday morning commute, though, nothing major to report at this time. It's actually a little bit on the cool side this morning, with temperatures warming up above the freezing mark today and double digits tomorrow. We are in for a little bit of a worry whirlwind, but so far, so good on your Friday morning commute. Melissa.
It's being called a major investment in professional women's soccer in the city of Ottawa. The Ottawa Rapid FC announcing today a significant majority investment by Arcadia Maple Leaf Soccer. Arcadia joins the club's existing ownership group to build on the leadership and operations already in place. The founding ownership group is also increasing its investment in the team. And joining me now is Nick Saklariadis, who is the head of Arcadia Maple Leaf Soccer and who will serve as the Rapid FC's new chair as part of this investment. Good morning to you.
Hi, Melissa. Good morning. How are you?
We're so great and so excited about this announcement. So let's talk about why you and Arcadia decided to make this major investment in women's soccer right here in Ottawa.
Well, Ottawa is a great sports town. Its youth involvement in soccer is second to no one, in Canada and the Ontario province together. And, we saw an opportunity here to build on the strong first year put together by Tom Gilbert, Diana Matheson, and several other, Ottawa business folks to take the team to the next level through a couple of things. Number one, obviously, capital helps. And number two, I think we have a sports experience in our background where, really super focused, fan-focused customer care and building a community institution are critical. And I think the foundations are there, and we want to build that out to really make the Ottawa Rapid an incredibly important community institution.
Another team you work with is the Drayton Dragons, and they hold the longest consecutive sellout streak. So what are you hoping to achieve here with the Ottawa Rapid FC?
Well, again, building on the legacy of the existing, management team, we hope to bring over some of the best practices that we had in Dayton. And again, it is really a notion of focusing on the fans and making this venue a safe environment for people to come together. Sports is one of the last remaining places where we're all on the same side and people are rooting for a common interest, and it cuts across all lines. And, you have a safe, friendly environment where everybody is literally, on the same team. What's also kind of very special, above and beyond, bringing kind of best practices and ideas from the Dayton Dragons to the team, is that this is women's sports. And this is an incredible opportunity to, build that and to create on the field the role models for everyone, for young kids, for young adults, for senior citizens. And it is the role model experience of melding personal excellence with team cooperation. And those are life lessons that are critical, regardless of whether you're going to become a sports professional. They're critical in all walks of life. And these young ladies on our team are just fantastic, and I think are going to continue to be super impactful as time goes on.
Amazing. Thank you, Nick, so much for joining us today.
My pleasure, and looking forward to spending lots and lots of time in Ottawa.
We can't wait.
You have a beautiful city. Thank you.
And I'm also joined now by Tom Gilbert, who is the CEO of the Rapid FC and one of the founders of the Northern Super League. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Okay, this is obviously a very exciting announcement. Let's talk about the significance of an investment like this coming in, especially right now. There's been so much buzz around women's sports over the last few weeks.
Absolutely. It's definitely an exciting moment. And I can't talk about this without, giving a shout out to the founding investor group who really got us off the ground and built a foundation, from which we can turn this into something really special. For me, this investment and this group coming in, it's really, the experience and the culture that they're going to bring, and the commitment to fan experience, and the commitment to an exceptional game day, and then also just the capacity for us to build something long term, and not just be here, but be investing in the community, be investing in the team, being investing in the talent over years to come.
And we have been talking a lot about women's sports over the last few weeks. What have you seen with women's sports, with the Rapid FC and our community really coming out and supporting them?
Yeah, I think it's incredible. I think that Ottawa is very, very quickly getting a reputation as, the women's sport capital of Canada, not just the capital of Canada.
Yeah, exciting things ahead as well. When do the ladies get on the pitch?
First home game is May 2nd.
May 2nd, so we got to circle that date and look forward to it. And of course, so many more exciting things to come this summer.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today and breaking it all down. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well.
And coming up on Your Morning Ottawa, we are getting ready to spring forward. A sleep specialist from the Royal Ottawa is standing by in the cozy Your Morning Ottawa Lazy Boy Lounge to tell us how to make the transition maybe feel a little less painful this weekend. Details on that coming up. We're taking a peek outside. There's a ton of glass sky cam and a little bit of a cool start. Up to 2 this afternoon, up to 11 tomorrow with some rainfall on the way. Stay with us. It is 7:16, about to be 7:17 in 2, 1. 7:17 on your Friday. We'll be right back.
You know spring is in the air when you start talking bees. I paid a visit to Apivert in Wakefield to find out how you can get your beekeeping journey started with your own colony. Gypsy, what a beautiful dog. I'm here near Wakefield at Apivert with Sandra. Good morning,
Good morning
to you. Gypsy, just taking care of things, making sure everything's run smoothly.
She's the boss.
There you go. Gypsy's going to chill while we talk about Apivert. Tell us about all of this.
Well, where do I start? We've been in business since about 2019, and we started by designing a new style of hive. And we've been working on that for the last 5 years. We patented our product, and now we're getting into education. So we're starting to share our way of beekeeping and teaching other people how to become beekeepers at the same time.
So we're talking about beekeeping, but yet, there's still snow outside. It's we're still in winter.
It's still really, there's still 3 feet from being able to get at the hives.
Exactly. But now is the time to start.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's a great time to start thinking about what we're going to be doing in the spring. Because as soon as spring comes, that is the second that we start our beekeeping season. So it's time to start your education. It's time to start picking up the supplies that you need and making sure that this is something you really want to get into. The most important thing for us is making sure that people know how to get started.
So you offer equipment, like in the back, there's a whole workshop where you're building, your husband is building.
Yes.
What are they called?
Atria.
Atria.
So it's our own style of beekeeping, and I said we've been working on this for the last 5 years. It's about working smarter, not harder. Traditional beekeeping is a lot of heavy lifting. So we're trying to work with the beekeeper's body. Our philosophy is that if the beekeeper's more comfortable and it's easier to get access to the bees, the healthier they're going to be. So bees are livestock. So we've got to think about a colony of bees as like a box of a whole bunch of little cows. If it was cows in a field, we'd have to make sure that they were healthy. We'd have to have eyes on them.
All the time.
All the time. So exactly the same thing with bees. Even though they're teeny tiny, we still have to get access to them.
Okay, this sounds so fascinating. If people watch and go, okay, this is something I want to get into. You offer workshops, you offer equipment. How can people get in touch?
So first step, come and take an introductory class. And we offer those on Wednesdays and Saturdays throughout the spring. People can come in for just 3 hours and find out if it's right for them. If they're like, I totally want to do this, but I'm not sure about that investment at this point. Then we have other programming. We've got something called a cooperative education program where they can come here for a full season, take care of bees under our mentorship, and learn all the different things from A to Z of taking care of bees. And then hopefully they're ready at that point to get into beekeeping, either our style of beekeeping or one of the other many different styles of beekeeping that are available.
Well, this is so neat. I mean, here we are. I mean, you know, it's not quite yet spring, but we're talking bees, and you're giving us so much information and offering so much to the public. It's been amazing. And you got honey for us as well. So
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for
you.
that. It's fascinating. Continued success, and keep on
buzzing.
Oh my gosh, I like that one.
Buzzing. Keep on buzzing.
Keep on buzzing. That's perfect.
All right, we've been talking about it all week. It is time to get ready to spring forward. Daylight saving time starts Sunday morning. We wrap up our sleep week with Dr. Rebecca Robillard. She is a sleep researcher at the Royal Ottawa. We're discussing how the loss of this hour will actually impact you this weekend. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
First and foremost, we have to say you gave the best advice right when you walked in here. How do you really offset it? And you said, coming on the morning show.
I would say this is not my usual wake-up hour, but yeah, I'll be better prepared for the new time.
Oh, I love that. Well, you know, any way that we can help out you, I think, is a good thing. I really would love to start our conversation with talking about the mental side with the clocks going forward this weekend, because it does have a big impact mentally.
Yeah, for sure. So sleep is so critical for many regions in the brain that help us regulate our emotions, cope with stress, and even think rationally. So when we lose sleep, of course, these brain centers don't function optimally. But time change is not just about losing sleep. It also creates a mismatch between our internal clock and the natural cycle of the sun. And that internal clock tends to run on a cycle that's slightly longer than 24 hours. So it's really the morning light that helps us constantly readjust our internal rhythm so that we can run on something closer to 2400 minutes. And so that's critically important for all of our functions to work properly. And we know that when our biological clock is out of sync, we just don't feel right. And that's why we see after time change increases in anxiety, depression, problematic substance use, and even suicides.
And you can really feel it too, like when you have a bad night of sleep or two, you don't feel yourself, maybe a little bit more agitated, or some things start to come up. For people specifically already with some sleep disorders, how does this affect their particular situation?
Yeah, that's such an important question, because like, you know, some people say, oh, it doesn't affect me, you know, too much, but it's really at the population level. So we know now that several portions of the population are more affected. So people with sleep disorders are part of the group, like people with insomnia, for example, but also children and teenagers who have a clock that runs naturally later. Seniors are also more affected. People with chronic diseases are also affected, because we know that time change, because it affects that biological clock that influences so many functions across the body. We're talking about, you know, heart rate, insulin, hormone release. And so we see after time change also a peak in heart attacks and strokes, in problems even with pregnancy. So really it can complicate, you know, things from a medical and physical health perspective for a lot of people who are at risk.
And, you know, that comes to my final point when you hear about this, because it can have, you know, severe impacts on your life. What are some tips that you'd give to people to help them out with these clocks moving forward this weekend if they're having some trouble?
Yeah, so it's getting closer. We don't have a ton of time to put things in practice, but we can still do a gradual shift. So going to bed 30 minutes earlier already tonight and getting up earlier tomorrow morning as well, so that we do a more gradual shift. We know that shifting your meal times, your exercise schedule can also help, because that whole strengthens the signal of the biological clock. We know that light is critically important. So again, like lots of morning light, get outside, get some sunshine. And if you have a sleep disorder, well, why not treat it as well? And right now at the Royal, we're offering free insomnia treatment. So people can get in touch with us at our website, researchsleep.ca, and sign up for insomnia studies.
That is an amazing thing for people to be aware of, because so many people are struggling with their sleep. And I love that, because you can start tonight to make sure that your Sunday, Monday, Tuesday of next week are better. Rebecca, especially ahead of daylight saving time on Sunday, we really appreciate you coming in and sharing this knowledge with us today.
Thank you.
All right, still to come on CTV Your Morning Ottawa. We have much more ahead, but we are going to check out this week's new movies in theaters and at home. Maybe you didn't get that sleep. You can kick back, relax, and get Mr. Hollywood's top picks. He'll be hanging out with us very shortly here on Your Morning Ottawa. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Good morning and welcome. Hope your day is starting off well. I'm Rosie Edbeck.
I'm Will Yellow.
I'm Melissa Lamb, and happy Friday to everyone.
Happy Friday. I'm actually a little bit jealous because I'm going to be up on radio and you two are getting treated to a little magic show coming up.
Love it.
I'm so intrigued because it involves the both of us, and obviously we don't know what the magic is, but from what I'm hearing, it sounds pretty cool, so I'm very excited about it.
Okay, I'm going to watch from the TV upstairs and then I'll have to catch the show.
You're going to have to guess like how he does it too,
Yes.
right?
Oh,
See if
yeah,
you
of
can
course.
find the little trick.
I'll be watching closely.
Little magic, we should say anyway. All right, we're going to talk about that in a little bit, but first off, your top stories. Good news as far as professional sports right here in Ottawa is concerned. The Ottawa Rapid FC announcing a new majority investment by Arcadia Maple Leaf Soccer. The new owner joined Your Morning Ottawa moments ago. He says the decision was made partially because of Ottawa's reputation as a great sports city.
We saw an opportunity here to build on the strong first year put together by Tom Gilbert, Diana Matheson, and several other, Ottawa business folks to take the team to the next level.
Arcadia joins the club's existing ownership group to build on the leadership and operations already in place. The founding ownership group is also increasing its investment in the team. The Rapid FC played their first game in May.
It's a major technical milestone for the O-Train East Extension. Substantial completion has been achieved, which means trial running could start anytime.
Seeing as when the train first came out, it wasn't super smooth. I'm not expecting it to be smooth this time either. But I mean, any sign of progress is good, I suppose.
With that being said, there's no word on when the 21-day trial running will actually begin because this is an extension to Line 1, which is operating at reduced levels. The shortage of trains means there aren't enough for testing. When it's open, the East Extension will bring commuters from Blair Station to Trim with stops along the way at Montreal Road, Jeanne d'Arc, Convent Glen, and Place d'Orleans.
An Ottawa councillor has been found guilty of impaired driving. The judge found that Matthew Luloff posed a danger to his own community when he drove home from Blues Fest drunk one summer night in 2024. Citing what Luloff said to a breath technician after his arrest, details from a witness who called 911, and Luloff's extremely high blood alcohol levels. Luloff made a brief statement outside of court after the verdict.
Today, the court rendered its decision. I accept this decision, and I accept responsibility for my actions. And that's all I have to say today. Thank you.
Luloff was sentenced to a one-year driving ban. He'll have to pay a $3,500 fine plus a 30% victim fine surcharge. The City of Ottawa says Luloff remains a councillor, and in a post on social media, Luloff says he remains committed to serving the residents of Orleans East Cumberland.
A high-stakes meeting is taking place this morning where Canada's defense chief says allies will discuss the possibility of helping Persian Gulf states defend themselves against bombing from Iran.
Our Gulf partners may require defense and support. So within that context, these would be the type of military options that we could consider.
Prime Minister Mark Carney said in Australia this week that Canada can't categorically rule out military participation in the escalating conflict in the Middle East. The Conservatives are calling for a parliamentary debate before any sort of Canadian military deployment to the ongoing war in Iran. And in Tehran last night is being described as the worst so far, with Israel launching another round of strikes. People who live there say that their homes are shaking from constant explosions. The streets are filled with debris and columns of smoke can be seen rising in the sky in the morning. The Israel Defense Forces says it also launched a broad-scale wave of strikes against Beirut overnight.
There's some beef brewing between fast food chains. It all started when the McDonald's CEO went viral for trying a new burger.
The moment of truth. That is so good. That's a big bite for a big arch. It's just...
Okay, so He's getting roasted online for not exactly taking a big bite. Fellow fast food chains have responded, including A&W.
Here we go. Moment of truth. No, that's good. It's good. It's got a little bit of bacon. That is a big bite.
Yeah, Wendy's and Burger King also took part, posting videos of their head honchos taking bigger bites of their products. Yeah, because that was not a...
No, it was so
It's a
funny.
mini bite.
One of the littlest bites
tiny.
I've ever seen. A big bite for a big heart. I love when they get on board like the other chains and make light of it too. It's just always had a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Little bite out of a big
There
old
you
burger.
go. Oh gosh.
All right, you ready to take a bite out of the forecast?
I certainly am.
Yes,
Do it, Melissa.
yes. If only I had my magic wand to change the end of next week.
Well,
But
that's coming soon with your magician.
that's right. Maybe he could work his magic on our forecast and get rid of the snow we're seeing next week. Although some people might still want snow for the ski hills. We could still see that freezing drizzle this morning. Sunny breaks into the afternoon. Overall, another mild day on the forecast for us. Cold this hour, though. We're sitting at -9 with that wind chill this morning. Feels closer to -17. So keep that in mind. A chilly start to your morning. -16 in the valley, -14 in Kingston, -16 out in Brockville as well. We will see cloudy conditions this morning into the afternoon. So not a ton of sunshine, but still some sunny breaks kind of here and there into the day ahead. Then this evening around 8, 9 o'clock, that's when we're expecting some rain to start. So it will rain overnight tonight and throughout most of your day tomorrow. We could see some thunderstorms as well. So we could see thunderstorms overnight and early tomorrow morning, then again late in the afternoon tomorrow. And we could see significant rain on the way. We're looking at about 5 to 10 tonight, and we could see another 5 into your day tomorrow. However, some models in the next 48 hours are calling for about almost 25 millimeters of rain for us here in the city. And you could see areas of Kingston, Trenton looking like they could see upwards of 40 millimeters of rain over the next 48 hours. So we could see significant rainfall on the way in through your overnight tonight, Saturday, right through into Sunday morning. About 27 millimeters in total in Gatineau, 17 out in Kitigan, Zibi. So just depends on where you are in the region, how much rain we could see, but it could be quite a soggy weekend for us. Temperatures this morning still in those minus digits to start off your day, so still a little bit cold for your morning recess. But by this afternoon, we will warm up and hover around 2 degrees. So it will warm up quite quickly later on into your afternoon. 2 for us here in the city today. Same with out in the valley, Cornwall. 5 for Bancroft, Kemptville, Brockville area today. So very warm weather on the way. 2 is also the high in Petawawa. 4 is the daytime high in Mont-Tremblant. Over the next couple of days, temperatures will be really warm, but by Thursday next week, winter will be back. We're expecting some snow. 2 degrees today. That's where temperatures will hover into the overnight. Very warm for tomorrow with a high of 11 for your Saturday forecast. The sun will be out then Sunday right through until Tuesday next week, and temperatures still way above seasonal. On the drive in, still seeing a collision-free morning, which is great news, and volume still pretty light out there for your Friday. We have no major issues on all your major routes into work.
Traffic brought to you by Presler Injury Lawyers. 1-800-JUSTICE.
It is Friday, and that means new movies in theaters and streaming at home. Why don't we bring in Matt Demers, a.k.a. Mr. Hollywood, with his weekly picks.
Yes.
There's some new ones coming out
Some
this
new
weekend.
ones. Yeah, I got a little something for everybody here, but we're going to start with a family fun film that I know a lot of people are excited for. It's called Hoppers.
We've done it, Mabel. After years of work, this revolutionary technology gives us unprecedented access to the animal world. We put this into this. Yes, yes. This into this. This into this.
Okay. I already like this. It's charming, and I love you got the scientists, the
fun.
2 women there,
it's
and
fun.
then the kid.
And here's the kicker. It's from the company Pixar.
Yes.
They do Toy Story. They do Monsters Inc. Wall-E.
Come on, look at that.
Yeah. So this is another top tier film from them. Yeah. It's a lot cute, a little absurd at times in a good way.
Okay.
But always endearing, and it's got this great message about the environment. We're all in this together, and the hijinks are there. Yeah, I had a great time, and I know. Kids are just going to eat this one up. Yeah.
Okay. Now you talk about absurd, a little absurd. The next movie is a little bizarre, I'm thinking.
This is like something you haven't seen before. Get ready for The Bride.
Can anybody help me? What happened?
You had an accident.
An accident, huh?
We dug you up, then we brought you back to life.
Okay, please explain. What are we looking at here, Mr. Hollywood?
Swings were taken. Swings were taken. Choices were made. This is director Maggie Gyllenhaal doing The Bride of Frankenstein's monster. Kind of just reimagining.
Her take on it, right?
Yeah. But, I mean, she's injected a lot, maybe a little too much at times. But I'll tell you what, it is this kind of punk rock version. She throws a lot at you. Christian Bale is playing Frankenstein. Jessie Buckley, Academy Award nominee this year as the bride. Annette Bening, you know, it's an all-star affair, and
Penelope Cruz in there.
The list goes on, and I was entertained the whole way through. There are some things in here that you haven't seen before, like I said.
Yeah, I'm loving the fact that Maggie Gyllenhaal, she's really moving in that directorial direction. She's like, yeah, okay, acting, let me direct.
And she's not afraid to take risks.
I love that.
Which is what she did here.
Okay, final one.
Final one's called Sweetness.
Do you think we'll get to meet him tonight? I swear I would die.
No. Are you okay?
You're Peyton Adler.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan.
Okay, Sweetness, come on.
Yeah, this is a great little Canadian film. We got to tip our hat to our Canadian directors here, and this one being Emma Higgins. I want you to think Misery. Remember the show Misery? She takes them in, and this is Misery for teens. Because she takes her idol, her rock star idol in.
Yeah.
But there's more to it, and I'm not going to spoil it. But this movie took me on some surprising twists and turns. I like this a lot. It's kind of dark and gritty at times, and violent, but always keeps you on the edge.
I think that this is what they say: sick, savvy, unhinged. I love all that.
Unhinged is a great way to put it.
That is so great, and it's Canadian as well.
Absolutely.
Okay, so Mr. Hollywood, in honor of Sleep Week, we've been on that tip all week long. Do you have some movies that take us into the dream world?
Absolutely do. Let's take a look. These are my sleep movie picks, if you will.
Okay.
Dr. Sleep. I mean, that's the Shining predecessor, where you got Ewan McGregor going and the kids sleep. Remember?
Okay, yes.
While You Were Sleeping, the rom-com.
Remember that?
You know, it's a really fun, cozy movie. In Your Dreams, this is an animated adventure. Sleeping Beauty, of course.
Of course.
And my favorite on the list.
Come on.
Inception. You can find that on Crave. I mean, talk about going in people's dreams, and
that was, I think, one of the best dreamscape movies that take it and twist it all around.
That's why it's my
with
number
Leo
one.
DiCaprio. I'm very glad that you had that in there, because for a second there I didn't see it. I was like, where's Inception? There it is. There you go.
The top spot.
As always, thank you so much, Mr. Hollywood. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Rosie.
Melissa.
Well, magic is in the air.
Pour some into your hand like this. From here, you could take some sugar, rub it with your finger, and it actually creates a sugar cube.
What just happened? A local magician is joining us just ahead. You're going to want to stay tuned as we have a little magic here in the studios. Our guest is standing by in the CTV Your Morning Ottawa Lazy Boy Lounge. Is he there? Is he going to disappear? We'll have to wait and find out. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass sky cam this morning. A nice, bright, sunny start to your day, but cold. Feels like minus 17 with that wind chill. Magic at the Manor is back next week with a 90-minute interactive show at Escape Manor. It is led by Michael the Magician, who is here with some tricks up his sleeve. Good morning to you.
Hi.
Okay, I'm so excited to learn more about this. Tell us about your show coming up.
Yeah, it's Magic at the Manor. A lot of fun, very interactive. We get a lot of people up on stage, and it's just become pretty popular in the city. We do it several times a year. And it's a big hit, and I just was told this morning that it's full.
I'm like so popular. In fact, it's absolutely sold out. However, you do have some shows April 3rd and 10th that aren't sold out that people can get tickets to.
Yes.
What is it about your magic that people love so much?
I think magic in general has kind of taken a bit of a turn. A lot of people want to be a part of it and truly experience it. It's very engaging. There's a nice element of comedy that gets worked into the show. But with that, it's all about just having a really fun experience and a night out.
I was seeing your sugar cube one. My mind was blown. I don't know how you did that. So we're excited for you to show some magic to us this morning.
Yeah, I thought we would do something kind of connecting the three of us in a really cool way.
I love it.
So with that, something everyone can relate to at home, movies.
Movies,
right? Yeah,
great.
yeah. I think you just had a discussion about that.
We did. We just had our top Friday movies.
I brought some cards here, but these aren't like typical playing cards. They're actually popular movies, well-known movies, and the logos of well-known movies. So here, what I'll do is I'll just come in between here, and we'll move this, and I'll show the camera just a handful of them. We have like The Matrix, Forrest Gump, Fight Club, Departed, Kill Bill, Psycho, No Country for Old Men, Pulp Fiction, Up, 7, Hannibal. The list goes on. There's so many. But what we'll do is I'll start with you. We're going to try to make a cool connection with, like I said, both of you, but we'll start over here. Can you do me a favor? I'm just going to get you to say stop as I scroll through the cards anytime you want.
Stop.
This is the spot. Perfect. Can you do me a favor? Grab that card, take a look at it, and then you can show the camera as well. I don't want to see it. I mean, it's not the end of the world if I did. We'll keep a little suspense, though, right? Perfect. Good. And then I'll get you to do the same, but you'll have a little bit more of a hands-on approach. Here, we'll come right here. As I scroll through, just like this, can you just touch the top of one? Just touch the top with your finger. Just touch the top of one as we scroll. This one, perfect.
That one right there.
Do me a favor. Can you look at the card? Better yet. Why don't you show it to the camera? Remember it? Yeah, that's great.
Got it.
Perfect. And all these cards are different, and I'll give you a chance in a moment just to look through them. But for now, we'll start over here. Your card. What was it? You can say what it was.
Jaws.
Jaws. Okay, that's a classic. Okay. And then you have a card as well.
Yes.
What was yours?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Show it
I
off.
was trying to do the music, but I can't read. The Godfather.
Oh, okay. Let's see it. Yeah, the Godfather. I actually have a hard copy here of a movie. How crazy would it be if it had a connection to everything we just did? Like a physical copy of a movie. I'm going to show it to you. Ready?
Here we go.
It's actually just Magic Mike. It's a personal favorite. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, mine too.
We have a few things in common, right?
Okay.
We share the same name, Mike. Yeah. We're both really handsome, obviously. But hold on a second. If I take this here, inside here, if I open it up, I have like a little thought, a little premonition. There's actually an envelope there. Can you grab that?
Sure.
Okay.
And then we'll put this down here. I'm going to take this. I actually have a miniature poster in here. I told you I had a premonition.
Here we go.
Check this out. It's actually
Stop it right now.
Yeah, but wait. There's a second part of this because there's one other thing Magic Mike and I have in common is we both sometimes take articles of clothing off to impress people.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I just want to show you this. You picked The Godfather.
I
have a
did
shirt.
pick The Godfather.
Check it out. It actually is The Godfather.
Okay, and just to let you know, I just came running back in from the bathroom.
Check
did
out
not
these cards.
see
They're all
did
different.
not consult with him.
You can
very, very,
peruse
very
through
fun.
them.
And there it is, The Godfather.
The Godfather.
You did it.
Wild.
Listen, this is so much fun. No wonder you're sold out. We're really glad that you can stop by. Continued success to you. And I love this participatory magic. It's like so much fun.
Yeah.
Great stuff,
Thank you.
man.
Thank you both.
All
Yeah, it's
right.
fun.
So much fun. All right. Coming up in the 8 o'clock hour on Your Morning Ottawa, we bring the flavor and aromas of Vietnamese street food to your kitchen. We get a little taste. That and so much more still ahead. Stay with us. Looks so good.
Welcome back, everybody. It is milestone celebration time for this Friday, March 6th, and we are kicking it off with a happy 5th birthday to our sweetest little granddaughter, Airly. I hope I said that correctly. If not, parents, give her a little extra gift. We all love you so much and very proud of you. Lots of love. May all your dreams come true. Love Grandpa, Grandma, and Great-Grandma. Happy 11th birthday to Callum. Love from Mom Taylor, Sadie, Hudson, and Everett. Double digits. Happy 11th birthday to Hudson. Love from Mom Taylor, Sadie, Callum, and Everett. Happy 100th birthday to a fantastic mom, grandma, great-grandma, and great-great-grandma. We love you. Woo! 100 years old. Congratulations and happy birthday, Mary. all of us here at CTV Your Morning Ottawa will be celebrating with you from afar. If you got a milestone, celebrate it with us for birthday announcements 13 or younger, or like you saw from Mary, 100 or more, or wedding anniversary 50 or more. Email us ottawa.milestones@ctv.ca, and we will share that with all of our viewers. Stay with us. Happy Friday. We'll be right back.
It's Friday, March 6th. The Ottawa Rapid FC have announced a major investment in the team with a new majority ownership group on board ahead of their second season.
Today, the court rendered its decision. I accept this decision, and I accept responsibility for my actions.
Orleans councillor Matthew Luloff has been found guilty of impaired driving charges.
And we get a taste of some delicious Vietnamese street food with a new spot in the Glebe. Your Morning Ottawa continues right now.
Good morning. Hope your day is going well. I'm Rosie Edda.
Happy Friday, everybody. I'm Will Aiello.
And I'm Melissa Lamb.
So I missed the magic trick.
Yes.
Now, were you guys tricked? Have you figured it out yet? Or we're still thinking? Okay.
I was impressed. Okay. Yeah, I really was.
Sometimes I have an idea of maybe how it could have been done. This one I have no clue. My mind is blown, and I don't think I'll ever understand it, so I'm not going to go there.
Well, and if you're just joining us now, there was a magician on the show earlier, and they did something with Melissa
Very
and
cool.
Rosie, but you can always watch it online after.
There you go. Absolutely. But right now we're going to get to today's top stories. The Ottawa Rapid FC announcing a new majority investment by Arcadia Maple Leaf Soccer. The new owner joined Your Morning Ottawa moments ago. He says the decision was made partly because of Ottawa's reputation as a great sports city.
We saw an opportunity here to build on the strong first year put together by Tom Gilbert, Diana Matheson, and several other, Ottawa business folks to take the team to the next level.
Arcadia joins the club's existing ownership group to build on the leadership and operations already in place. The founding ownership group is also increasing its investment in the team. The Rapid FC play their first game in May.
A major technical milestone for the O-Train East Extension has been achieved. When it's open, the East Extension will bring commuters from Blair Station to Trim, with stops along the way at Montreal Road, Jean d'Arc, Convent Glen, and Place d'Orleans.
Now what is happening, though, is the spalling issue is sort of running into the East Extension. The fact that they're saying it still looks good for Q2 launch of the East Extension leads me to believe that we're going to hear some positive news about the availability of the trains, but that update will come next week.
While this means the trial running could start anytime, OC Transpo still needs the trains that have been taken out of service to return before that can begin.
An Ottawa councillor has been found guilty of impaired driving. The judge found that Matthew Luloff posed a danger to his own community when he drove home from Blues Fest drunk one summer night in 2024. Citing what Luloff said to a breath technician after his arrest, details from a witness who called 911, and Luloff's extremely high blood alcohol levels. Luloff made a brief statement outside of court after the verdict.
Today, the court rendered its decision. I accept this decision, and I accept responsibility for my actions, and that's all I have to say today. Thank you.
Luloff was sentenced to a one-year driving ban. He'll have to pay a $3,500 fine plus a 30% victim fine surcharge. The City of Ottawa says Luloff remains a councillor, and in a post on social media, Luloff says he remains committed to serving the residents of Orleans East, Cumberland.
Politicians on Parliament Hill and the Canadian military are starting to prepare for possible involvement in the conflict playing out in the Middle East. Canada's defense chief says a meeting will be held this morning to discuss options.
Our Gulf partners may require defense and support.
General Carignan says the Canadian military could end up defending Gulf states in the Iran conflict. Talks are ongoing with allies, though the White House suggests this is not a war.
Canada-U.S. Trade Minister Dominic LeBlanc will be in Washington today. He's expected to meet with U.S. Trade Representative Jameson Greer. The talks come as CUSMA comes up for renewal this year. Speaking in Australia earlier this week, Prime Minister Mark Carney said the deal essentially has been broken by U.S. tariffs, and Canada is looking to re-establish trust. Meanwhile, Canada and Japan sign a new strategic partnership on Prime Minister Mark Carney's last leg of his Indo-Pacific tour to deepen ties across defense, energy, and technology.
The world is at a turning point. We see the manifestations in the Middle East, we see it elsewhere. And in this changing security and economic environment, Canada and Japan, with our meeting today, are deepening our long-standing partnership.
The Prime Minister started the visit with a meeting with Japan's Prime Minister. The federal government sees Japan as one of its top trade partners. Our two countries already have deals in place in areas from energy to critical minerals and agriculture. Japan is also one of Canada's biggest investors. Japan is the last G7 country Prime Minister Carney has visited since he took office last year.
BC Premier David Eby says OpenAI CEO Sam Altman has agreed to apologize to the people of Tumbler Ridge.
Mr. Altman is prepared to apologize. Everybody on the call recognized that an apology is nowhere near sufficient, but also that it is completely necessary.
During their virtual meeting, Premier Eby also asked Altman to join the province in pushing the federal government to set safety rules. That is going to apply to all AI companies. When AI did not flag troublesome ChatGPT activities from the Tumbler Ridge shooter until after the attack. The rising cost of groceries has many Canadians rethinking what makes it into their fridges and cupboards. A new survey suggests many households are starting to cut back or going into debt just to afford the most basic meals.
The price of a container of strawberries is like $14 now compared to what it used to be. Even buying baby food, baby formula, I mean, it's tripled the price over the past few years.
A new survey from debt relief firm Spergel finds in the past 6 months, just over 60% of respondents say that they skipped meals or reduced their portions. More than half say they used their credit cards, loans, or lines of credit to pay for groceries. And 2 in 5 people say that they've delayed paying a bill just to buy groceries.
The promise of high-speed rail in the future is being met with more opposition in Eastern Ontario.
I feel there's a divide between the urban and the rural people now. The urban people just don't understand.
A protest was held in Hawkesbury with dozens attending, looking to send a clear message to the federal government. Alto is in the early stages of bringing a 7-stop, 1,000-kilometer high-speed rail line to life, connecting Toronto and Quebec City with stops in Ottawa, Laval, Peterborough, Trois-Rivières, and Montreal on the way.
Firefighters in northern Italy have rescued a wolf from a canal.
Yeah, it had fallen into a canal after taking refuge under the bridge. They sedated the wolf and then moved it to land before handing it over to a team of vets for care.
Once it's ready, they will release the wolf back into the wild. Italian wolves are a protected species.
Wow.
Look at that video, too, right? To sedate it first, make sure it's nice and safe, and then give it the care it's needed. I love when they do this, especially for an endangered species.
Yeah, absolutely. And they did go through great lengths to make sure the wolf is, out of the canal safely. Absolutely. Our forecast today, we're going to see mild temperatures. The weekend is looking very, very warm, but I kept on saying, don't go taking your winter tires off this weekend because you're thinking spring is here. It is not. We have more winter on the way, including in our 7-day forecast. 2 degrees is the high for today. The sun will set just before 6 p.m. around 5:56 p.m. So we do have a nice long day in the forecast. Still cold to start off your morning as well. -9 is where we're sitting currently here in the city. Same within the valley, -6 for Kingston, -8 for Brockville. Factor in the wind chill this hour. Feels closer to -15 this morning in Ottawa. So we are off to a very cold start to your day. It's quite chilly out there right now. It will warm up into the afternoon. We will see cloudy skies this morning and through the day ahead. We will see some sunshine, though, still on the way. And then tonight, later on this evening, around 8, 9 o'clock tonight, that's when we're expecting some rain in the forecast. That's when it should start as light showers, but heavy rain into the overnight. Risk of thunderstorms as well. You can see some yellow and some orange. Those are thunderstorms that we could see overnight, early tomorrow morning. morning and then again late in tomorrow afternoon. We could see significant rain on the way as well. 5 to 10 millimeters tonight, another 5 tomorrow, but some models are calling up to 24 millimeters of rain for us here in the city in the next 48 hours. Warm today, 2 is the high, a little bit above seasonal, but not overly warm like it will be as we head into tomorrow. 2 as well in the valley, 5 for Trenton, Kingston, Brockville, Kemptville area. As you head over to Gatineau, daytime high of 2 degrees, 4 in Montreal. So today still need the winter jacket, and that's because it's so cold out there this morning, but you could still grab the sunglasses. It will be nice and sunny into the afternoon with a daytime high of 2 degrees today. And then as we head into the 7-day forecast, we'll see that winter is still hanging on. Temperatures will hover around 2 tonight, so holding steady around 2 degrees. Again, tomorrow, very warm weather on the way, a high of 11 into the afternoon. Mixture of some sunshine. We could see that more of that rain, risk of thunderstorms tomorrow, 5 millimeters in total. The sunshine is back Sunday in through next week, and still warm weather to start off your work week next week. However, as we head towards Thursday, Friday, we could see some snow and temperatures a little bit below seasonal with daytime highs of -1. Here's a live look at your time saver traffic. Volume still light out there on your Friday. No major issues east to west. And the great news is we are collision free. Here's a live look at our Centennial Glass Sky Cam this morning, seeing that sunshine to kick off your Friday. But don't be fooled. It's cold out there. Feels like -15 with that wind chill. Good morning, Ottawa. Happy Friday. It is 8:12.
Today's snow report brought to you by Calabogie Peaks. Play outside at Calabogie Peaks, the big mountain close to home.
Welcome back, everybody. Your ski and snowboard conditions for your Friday. Calabogie Peaks looking very nice. 3 of 3 lifts open, 19 of 26 runs. Let's take a look across the board, shall we? Vordelage, 100%, just 3 runs shy of that 20. Camp Fortune, no lifts open today, as well as the runs. Edelweiss looking very good, and Mont Cascade, 4 of 6. With the warming of temperatures, especially double digits and rain in the forecast tomorrow. If you want to hit the slope, sneak out a little early and get to them today.
Hi from the peaks. Come play where big days make big smiles. We get an A+ for adventure. Calabogie.com.
All right, from the ski hill right to us here in the studio, get into your warrior stance for a wonderful cause. A local organization is hosting a yoga class fundraiser for Ottawa Interval House. Joining us to tell us a little bit more is Cleopatra and Ariel. Good morning to the two of you.
Good morning.
This is so great. I love our Fitness Fridays. We're going to get moving a bit, but this is all for a wonderful cause. I want to talk about that fundraiser and how you got to start that.
Yeah, so when I started my business, Matt Bloom, I really wanted to do something to support the local community and make yoga more accessible to everyone for all levels, all age groups. So when I found out about Ariel's embodiment yoga classes, I thought, what a wonderful way to celebrate Women's Day than to host a free class and support a good cause.
And you know, it's so great when you see business leaders come together for such an amazing reason. When you look at the future and in women's sport and movement, how great is it to have something like this, just to have someone to come and enjoy themselves?
Yeah, no, it's a really great opportunity. I mean, movement I think is so healing and so powerful. And so to make it accessible for everybody and have events like this where we can all come together and spend a lovely day, I think is just amazing.
And why did you choose this charity specifically? Is there something that you saw, you know what, this is somewhere where I can really make a positive impact in our community?
Yeah, Interval House is such a great organization. I mean, they fill a gap that is really, really needed for women. I mean, they provide long-term support, short-term support, housing, food, counseling resources. I mean, it's something that needs a lot of funding, and I thought, you know what, this is something that's very dear to both of our heart, and we wanted to help.
Oh, I love that so much. And you know what, Ariel? Okay, give us some demonstrations today. You're going to walk us through maybe what some people can expect if they attend.
Absolutely. So for today, I'll just get you on your mat. You can come in the middle. This can be done at home. You can do it sitting down. All of the classes are super adaptable. So if you have any mobility issues, you're feeling a little achy sore, you can come through and we can make sure that it works for you anyways. But for today, I'll just do some upper body movements. So basically what embodied yoga is, it's yoga like we know it to be in traditional sense as well as Western sense. So moving through different poses, holding poses, and obviously just like connecting your breath work to your body. But what I like to do is I like to work with people who have been injured or have strains or different aches and ailments. And I basically just ask them to connect to their body and feel through those. So not just breathing through, but really getting to know and understand those different point pressures in their body. So for today, we're just going to take a deep breath in. You can close your eyes if you'd like to, or you can keep them open, whatever feels comfortable. You're going to raise your hands above your head, deep inhale, reach, reach, reach. You can let your neck fall back a little bit if you feel comfortable. And then bring your hands down to prayer center as you exhale. And we'll just flow through this a few more times on your own breath. So inhale. And exhale. One more time. And this time as you inhale and you reach Cleo, I just want you to take a second to feel if one of your shoulders has a little bit more strain, a little bit more ache, pop. You can exhale, bring your hands to heart center. And then I want you to just roll your shoulders back a couple of times. As you do so, I want you to notice if there's one side that maybe is a little bit more painful, a little bit more tense. You can take a couple of deep breaths in. And as you exhale, I just want you to picture all of that tension leaving your body on that side. Good. If you want to focus a little bit more on one shoulder, if it hurts a little bit more, aches, get to know that pain, that feeling. Good. Next inhale, we'll raise our hands above our head again. Exhale, bring them to heart center. And we'll do the same thing, but we'll roll our shoulders forward.
And I love this so much. You know, I already feel calmer. I'm just standing over here taking in what you're saying. This is so wonderful. For people looking to get involved with the fundraiser, what's the best way to get involved?
Yeah, so you can find us on Instagram at MatBlooms, that's MatBloums, or you can go to eventbrite.com/Women's Day Yoga.
Love that. All the details are up on screen right now. Thanks for the two of you for coming in, now providing us with the best way to end the show. Feeling nice and relaxed on this Friday.
Very zen.
And you know what? We got sleep week right now, right, too? So this is the perfect way to get that calming sensation. Thanks to the two of you for coming in.
Thank you very much.
Oh, Melissa, over to you.
Well, coming up on Your Morning Ottawa, discover the magic of Hong Kong. We have your chance to win a trip for two to Hong Kong, and we'll tell you more about that just ahead. Here's a live look at our sky cam on George Street this morning. A nice, bright, sunny start to your day, but a chilly one. Feels like -15 with the wind chill. Good morning, Ottawa. It is 8:20. Happy Friday. Hong Kong offers a vibrant culinary culture, unique neighborhoods, accessible natural escapes, and much more. Joining us to help further inspire Canadians to visit Hong Kong, Tourism Board spokesperson Chrissy Van joins us. Good morning to you.
Good morning. So excited to be here.
I'm excited to learn more. And first off, I want to know, what was the journey like getting to Hong Kong?
That's the best part. You think of a long travel and sometimes we don't associate it with the best experience. That is not the case with traveling with Cathay Pacific. I hopped on board. First of all, the lounge experience was incredible with local dishes and eats. There was more dining on board that was absolutely incredible, and just overall great customer service, so you're rested when you get to the destination. I then landed at the Park Lane Hotel right at Causeway Bay. So you're in the heart of the vibrant city center. You've got rooftop bars, Victoria Park across the street if you want to enjoy some nature and beautiful flowers. So it was a fabulous introduction to this vibrant city.
And Hong Kong is known for its vibrant skyline, but did this city surprise you with its outdoor spaces?
It absolutely did. The first day that I was there, I went up the Peak Tram. So this dates back to 1888. You head to the top and you have these lush greenscapes on top of the skyline. So it really helps offer perspective. And then from there, I actually traveled to a traditional fishing village called Sai Kung. Right off of that, you can end up in places like Sharp Island. So we're talking turquoise waters, those beautiful beaches. There's even surfing that's around that area. So nature lovers are going to have an abundant. And what I love about a holiday like that is that you get the go, go, go of the city, but you also have those areas that allow you to decompress, which I think we all want on vacation.
Absolutely. Sounds like a dream. Now, we also know Hong Kong is known for its food, so I want to know what stood out to you most about the dining scene.
It is the balance. So you can have a traditional food stall experience like a Dai Pai Dong where it's high fire wok cooking. And then down the road, you could end up at a Michelin rated restaurant like Wing with very elevated Cantonese cuisine. And just to give you an idea of the level that's there, they are actually home to the #1 best bar in the world. So rated that way, Bar Leone. So you have the high end experiences as well as traditional tea houses. I think I'm still full of love dumplings, to be honest.
I love that. Okay, let's talk about some of the best ways to immerse yourself in Hong Kong's rich culture and local experiences.
Yeah, the nice thing is every neighborhood has something different on offer, but I do recommend if you're there, make sure you get on the water. We did the Aqua Luna, which is a traditional junk boat, and it just offers that perspective. You talked about the vibrant skyline, seeing it lit up at night. They do a whole show with music, and it literally will take your breath away. And then on top of that, when you're walking in the streets, make sure that you wander into these traditional temples and just take time to be pensive and truly immerse yourself in the experience. There's also a ton of shopping as well that you'll be spoiled with, and great museums to boot.
Sounds absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Chrissy, for joining us today.
Thank you. Get planning.
And are you dreaming of an unforgettable adventure? Indulge in the magic of Hong Kong. Enter for your chance to win a trip for two, courtesy of Hong Kong Tourism Board. The prize includes round-trip flights on the Cathay Pacific, 4 luxurious nights at the Park Lane, Hong Kong, $1,000 in spending money, and 3-day passes granting access to over 20 amazing attractions. Explore vibrant markets and serene temples, indulge in world-class cuisine, and take in the breathtaking views. You can enter online right now, ctvottawa.ca, or scan that QR code on your screen, and good luck.
And coming up on Your Morning Ottawa, we bring you the flavor and aromas of Vietnamese street food. Our guests are standing by in the Your Morning kitchen, getting everything cooked up for us. Hello, friends, and hi to Mike Merthrow, our camera operator, making sure our guests are nice and cozy this morning. We'll go from inside the warm kitchen to outside, a bit of a cool start to your Friday, up to 2 this afternoon, up to 11 tomorrow. But some rainfall will be on the way. Bye-bye, snowfall. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
It's 8:30 on your Friday. We're really glad you can start your day with us. I'm Rosie Edda.
I'm Will Aiello.
And I'm Melissa Lamb.
And a reminder, clocks are going forward on Sunday, so we'll lose a little bit of time. And we were speaking with a sleep expert earlier on the show. Starting tonight, maybe go to bed half hour earlier. So then by the time it comes on, it might not impact you as much. So a little tip in there for you.
Okay, I like that. We'll talk about that a little bit more. And we're going to get to today's top stories. Ottawa's professional women's soccer team will have a new ownership group for the start of its second season. The new owner joined Your Morning Ottawa earlier this morning. He says the decision was made partly because of Ottawa's reputation as a great sports city.
We saw an opportunity here to build on the strong first year put together by Tom Gilbert, Diana Matheson, and several other, Ottawa business folks to take the team to the next level.
Arcadia joins the club's existing ownership group to build on the leadership and operations already in place. The founding ownership group is also increasing its investment in the team. The Rapid FC play their first game in May.
It's a major technical milestone for the O-Train East Extension. Substantial completion has been achieved, meaning that the trial running could start anytime.
Seeing as when the train first came out, it wasn't super smooth. I'm not expecting it to be smooth this time either. But I mean, any sign of progress is good, I suppose.
With that being said, there is no word on when the 21-day trial running will actually begin. This is all because the extension to Line 1, which is operating at reduced levels, the shortage of trains means there aren't enough for the testing. When it's open, the East Extension will bring commuters from Blair Station to Trim, with a few stops on the way: Montreal Road, Jeanne d'Arc, Convent Glen, and Place d'Orleans.
An Ottawa councillor has been found guilty of impaired driving. The judge found that Matthew Luloff posed a danger to his own community when he drove home from Blues Fest drunk one summer night in 2024. Citing what Luloff said to a breath technician after his arrest, details from a witness who called 911, and Luloff's extremely high blood alcohol levels. Luloff made a brief statement outside of court after the verdict.
Today, the court rendered its decision. I accept this decision, and I accept responsibility for my actions. And that's all I have to say today. Thank you.
Luloff was sentenced to a 1-year driving ban. He'll have to pay a $3,500 fine plus a 30% victim fine surcharge. The city of Ottawa says Luloff remains a counselor, and in a post on social media, Luloff says he remains committed to serving the residents of Orleans East Cumberland.
A high-stakes meeting is taking place this morning where Canada's defense chief says allies will discuss the possibility of helping Persian Gulf states defend themselves against bombing from Iran.
Our Gulf partners may require defense and support. So within that context, these would be the type of military options that we could consider.
Prime Minister Mark Carney said in Australia this week that Canada can't categorically rule out military participation in the escalating conflict in the Middle East. The Conservatives are calling for a parliamentary debate before any sort of Canadian military deployment to the ongoing war in Iran.
The Ottawa Senators picked up a big win in Calgary and are now 4 points out of a playoff spot.
Zetterlund came over. Greg will keep it alive. Far side, one-timer, they score!
The final score in this one was 4-1, with the road trip continuing in Seattle tomorrow night.
Yeah, baby. The Sens also making a couple of minor moves before the trade deadline. David Perron shipped over to the Red Wings, while Warren Foegele comes in from LA for a second-rounder right for that playoff push.
Love it. Go Sens, go.
Go Sens, go, baby. We love the Sens winning. We love double digits in the forecast. It's just a great Friday.
Absolutely. We do have some more weather on the way. However, it's also going to be a little bit soggy. We do have some wet weather on the way. Cold still this morning. We are sitting at -9 this hour. Hasn't really warmed up too much. It does feel closer to -15. So these are temperatures with the wind chill. Yes, quite chilly out there still. Cloudy skies with some sunshine into the afternoon. That's what we will see throughout most of the day today. Mix of sun and cloud. Wet weather on the way tonight around 8, 9 o'clock. That's when we're expecting some rain, and you can see it's going to linger all day into your day tomorrow. So we could see about 5 to 10 millimeters tonight, another 5 into your day tomorrow. Risk of thunderstorms as well, especially after midnight and early tomorrow morning, then again late in the afternoon for Saturday. So we're expecting some active weather and lots of wet weather. Some models are showing up to 24 millimeters of rain over the next 48 hours for us here in the city. 2 degrees is the high for today. Same within Cornwall. 5 for Kemptville, Brockville, Kingston, Trenton area. Kingston, Trenton could see up to 40 millimeters of rain. So very soggy conditions on the way, but it will be really, really warm as we head into tomorrow especially. Temps will hold steady around 2 degrees tonight. 11 is your daytime high for tomorrow, so into those double digits. We don't forget to spring forward as we head into Sunday, warm and sunny into Sunday, high of 7. The temperatures will stay warm next week, especially at the beginning of the work week. Lots of sunshine. However, as we head towards the end of the work week, yes, colder temperatures on the way, below normal, and we could even see more snow.
Weather brought to you by Yetgendorf Rashid. Experience, knowledge, and a commitment to excellence.
On your roads this hour, traffic is still looking great. We have no major issues. We are still collision free, which is great news. And the sun is shining out there on your Friday.
Let's call you over there and here.
Well, from the bustling streets of Vietnam to the capital, Co Oi is serving up dishes packed with flavor. We got Tao and Chi joining us this morning. Good morning to the two of you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Oh, it's so great. Everything smells so delicious in your morning kitchen this morning. I would love to start our conversation with what inspired you to open up the restaurant.
So we just find that there is not many Northern Vietnamese food that actually like scratch the itch of like our home cuisine. Most of the restaurant we found is catered to the southern flavors. So we started to cook at home and then figure out like, okay, why don't we just open a restaurant? And then Tao did all the work, like building up the restaurant, building up the recipe, and then there we are. We're having a location. I'm taking care of the front of house, all the hospitality stuff, and Tao's back of house and recipe and the kitchen.
Yeah. It's so great. Well, when you talk about that there wasn't, a specific restaurant for the type of area that you live in, have you had people come to the restaurant and they go, oh my goodness, like this is from my heritage, where actually was from? Have they been really receptive to that?
Yes, absolutely. We have dishes that very Hanoi, very like Northern Vietnamese. So we did have that story where we had this one girl from Montreal travel all the way to Ottawa to try one dish that's very Hanoi. And then she just burst out crying because like she missed the home so much.
And we were in shock. What happened to her?
That's touched our heart so much.
Yes.
Because that is something that we're always looking for. The reaction that we truly made something special, something like very like close to the northern people's heart. So
That probably just makes it all worth it. You know, we talked about why you opened the restaurant, and you have someone come in that directly speaks to that. That must have been powerful for the two of you.
Yeah, it's very touching.
I cried. So
I mean, you can't see it, but I had goosebumps going through the suit, but you can't see that on there. Okay, from that story, now let's talk about what it means, because what are some of the items that you guys have available that you brought here today?
Yes, so we have the jerk salad, the buncha Hanoi, our iconic dish, and the rising star, the braised duck noodle.
Confit duck leg in Vietnamese medicinal broth.
Okay, and you know, when you speak about that certain culture, is there types of food that kind of differentiate what, you know, the person comes from Montreal? Is there certain types of food that really drives what you guys make at the restaurant that kind of is different than what you normally see with this cuisine?
So I would say the flavor is definitely a different thing, because northern flavor is like more clean, is more clear. You can taste the actual ingredient in the food. It is less spice, it is less sweet. But then honestly, it's just gonna be your regular Vietnamese cuisine, but like elevated. I think one point that differentiates us to the Vietnamese food scene in Ottawa is we provide an ambience. We provide environment where you don't just come in and you eat and you go, just like a bowl of noodles. You come in, you have some cocktails, you have some dessert, you have good talk. There's no rush. You just wind down, you eat, you have fun, and then you go.
Yeah, I love that. That's what it should be when you go out to eat, right? So what do you got on the side there? Are we going to pour some things on the dishes here?
Yes. So we're just going to get some soup in here. And then go. So the thing about this one, it is a medicinal broth. So there is some braised mushroom here, some jujube apple. So what I can describe about the broth, which is the special of the month that we're going on right now, it is like slightly sweet, slightly soy. It has all the good stuff like goji berry, jujube, like mushroom, the crown daisy. It's like very good for your health. And the broth is like still clean and clear, even though the duck is confit.
Oh, got it.
16 hours confit.
16 hours.
Yeah.
You were right. Tao is doing a bunch of stuff. There's so much going on. Well, you know what? To the two of you, thank you for coming on our show, but not just coming on our show, but sharing a story about someone down the road in Montreal that gets to share a little bit of their heritage and really get them feeling like they're at home, because that's why you guys started this restaurant. It is so powerful. We've got the address there for you, 103 4th Avenue. So thanks for the two of you for coming on our show and also providing us with some delicious food this morning.
Thank you so much.
If you want to be featured on Your Morning Kitchen, you can email us, yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca. We would love to have you on from our nice, cozy, warm kitchen. We head outside because it is feeling a little bit cool this morning, but double digits, baby, in the forecast tomorrow, with some rainfall on the way through our Centennial Glass Skycam. That'll be shown tomorrow, but today, sunny skies. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford store, and Eastern Ontario's Ford EV leader.
Your Ottawa 67s have 2 home games this weekend, one tomorrow versus the Brampton Steelheads and one Sunday against the Peterborough Petes, both of course at the arena at TD Place, and both with a 3 p.m. puck drop. Always a lot of fun cheering them on. They've had such a great season this year. Next on the list, also for my sports fans, the Ottawa Gatineau Golf Expo. This runs today and tomorrow at the EY Center, and it's your one-stop shop for all things golf as we're getting ready to kick off another golf season. Local and destination courses, live auctions, the Canadian Performance Fitting Center demo range featuring all the latest equipment, even a $10,000 putting contest, and so much more. Make sure you check it out. Last on the list today is the St. Patrick's Day Parade, brought to you by the Irish Society of Ottawa. Tomorrow at 12, bring the family, grab a spot along Wellington Street, Sussex, or in the Byward Market, and see all your favorite local businesses in the parade while you get a head start on your St. Patrick's Day celebrations. As usual, lots more happening around the capital this weekend. Full list and all the details at ctvottawa.ca/weekenders. For the iHeartRadio Weekenders, my name's Tanea Taylor. Have a great one.
iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford store, and Eastern Ontario's Ford EV leader.
An incredible singer, Malia Rogers, has a new song. It drops today called Sunlight, and she's got an event coming up as well. So we wanted to talk to her about the event coming up and this beautiful song. And I tell you what, we've been treated to hearing it all morning long as she warms up for the performance. And Malia's with us this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, I want to talk about the song, but first off, let's talk about what you're going to be doing in this event coming up.
Sure. So they are interconnected. The event is on March 11th at Art House Cafe, which is in Chinatown here in Ottawa. And it is a kind of post-release party for this song that's coming out today called Sunlight. There's a parentheses title called A Good Death. It is a song about loss, but it's, I think, more than that, about like celebrating the people that shape us in our lives. And for kind of the first time, I wanted to find a way to really involve community in that. And this theme felt really appropriate because death and loss and end of life are really stigmatized topics in our culture, I find. And I think they should be shared and celebrated because there is so much love inside grief. And so on March 11th, I'm doing, it's a bit of an experiment for me. I'm doing a short show of my own. I'll play this song live with a couple of friends. And then I also am hosting like a grief and love themed open stage where people can come and share their own songs and their own stories and poems, as well as contribute to kind of a participatory art exhibition for the night. Art House is an amazing venue for that kind of thing.
It is so true.
So bringing photos or poems or pictures or, you know, whatever.
I'm loving the fact that you're smiling. You know, you wrote this song and it helped you through grief. And you wrote it about your grandfather.
I did. I wrote it about my grandpa.
There he is.
There he is.
There he is.
Yeah. The first line of this song is 2 sunbeams on the living room floor, and that is the photo.
That is it
That's
right
sunbeams.
there.
Yeah. So he was an amazing person. He was a huge influence on my life. I might tear up on air talking about it, and that is okay.
It's okay.
And
he's a beautiful guy.
Yeah. It's a song about joy.
About
at the end
joy.
of the day, it is about grief, but it is a joyful song and a celebration of the love that we hold with us and that we carry on in our lives.
Malia Rogers, can we hear Sunlight right now?
Yes, you can.
Thank you very much. Take it away.
Two sunbeams on the living room floor. My kid hands disappear into yours as we flip the pages of field guides, sounding out names of the insects I recognize. Muddy feet in that old valley town. Watch me walk in a black cap and gown. My whole life ahead, yours mostly behind. The both of us dizzy with pride for the way that you shaped me, like the waves shape the clay on the banks of the Fundy. I held to you tightly, but everything changes and everyone leaves. On a winter's day, sunlight streaming in, the dog on the bed and a good fire going, and the music played. Chieftains and the Bothy band, you took your last breaths to the sound of the bow. And I'll say to you now, as I said to you then, I'm so glad you got a good death. Up on my toes to reach her rocking chair, my favorite brush through her falling out hair. I was too young to recognize the life, fading out slow like a painting in the sunlight. But you got us with the Irish goodbye, slipped out the room when nobody was looking. You practiced that move so many times. When you were ready to go, you just do it. On a winter's day, sunlight streaming in, the dog on the bed and a good fire going, and the music played. Chieftains and the Bothy band, you took your life that you shaped me, like the waves shaped the clay on the banks of the Fundy. I held to you tightly, but everything changes and everyone leaves someday. Oh, everything changes and everyone leaves someday. Someday.
Single out right now called Sunlight. It is like a warm embrace.
Oh, thank you,
Absolutely.
Rosie.
It is so beautiful. Thank you for coming by.
Thank
what a
you.
great way to end off our show pretty much and start the weekend because like you said, it's bittersweet, but it's mostly sweet.
Yeah.
Sunlight. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. Malia.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much. And
everyone.
once again, you've got this event happening and we're so glad that you're going to be doing that.
Yeah.
A Sunlight, a good death.
Yes.
I love that.
Oh, and I forgot to mention proceeds are going to Bereaved Families of Ontario's Ottawa chapter.
Okay.
Amazing organization,
Oh,
peer
that's
supporting people going through grief journeys.
wonderful.
Yeah.
At Art House 55 Somerset West, 7 to 9. And that is happening on
March 11th.
March 11th.
Yeah.
Malia, thank you so much. Beautiful, sweet sound. Really glad that you can stop by.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, we'll be back with a little bit more. In fact, we're back to wrap up the show. You're watching Your Morning Ottawa. Good morning, Ottawa.
Ottawa's favorite cash contest is back, and it's big. Move 100's $50,000 Beat the Bank. 7 vaults. You decide how much to take home. Sound the alarm? You lose it all. Be listening weekdays for your chance to win.
Well, welcome back, everybody. We are ending the week with a positive contest for you. Get ready to be inspired by experts and discover the latest trends. It is the Ottawa Home and Garden Show presented by RE/MAX. This is March 19th to the 22nd at the EY Center. And we want you to find everything that you need to tackle your home and garden projects. We are giving you a chance to win tickets to the show, plus one lucky viewer wins the grand prize, a $2,500 gift card and VIP seating. Enter for your chance to win on our contest page, which is located at ctvottawa.ca. Good luck to all and more good news. I know it might be a little bit wet, but double digits tomorrow. We've been talking about it all week long.
Yes, absolutely. But we do have wet weather on the way, so we do have some rain on the way starting tonight. That's when the rain is expected to fall. We could see thunderstorm activity overnight. Look at that yellow and that orange popping up, right? Tomorrow's looking a little wet as well. Some models are showing that we could see about 24 millimeters of rain by Sunday morning. So that is a lot of rain we are expected over the next kind of 4 to 8 hours. So keep that in mind. But yes, that double-digit weather is on the way tomorrow. High of 11.
All right. Well, that's it for us here on Your Morning Ottawa. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, set the clocks forward 1 hour, Sunday morning, 2 a.m., and we will see you back here Monday morning. Take care.